yeah. Oh, yeah.
Should they tolerate
nonsense? Oh, yeah. I've actually heard her say that nonsense too before. I wanted to.
Yes, I don't block this last year. Why is that Russia like I be rapist that day? Why you think so? I don't think that the record what they talk. He just talk, he ends for comma. I say complete the system, complete time. I want to spoil the record. I don't tell the record. I put it the record that day.
Correct.
See everything. See, imperfect. I saw they were come for road and they laugh. Belle won't pay me that. Who are they talk of? Waiting be that stupid name. Mind shift.
FG, not Tinubu. Now I want to play for us that day.
Una never see mind shift in action. Una never see anything. But Madam go play bigotry, then come tell you, say no, she's just a progressive. In fact, she does not support APC, she's a progressive. He go call use a ban, fufu, rap the team. The people go come, they feel sorry for Ram, but she go back, knock another one, come outside. Now on a day they talk. Brother, see, you see this kind of people, one thing is my own opinion. It has this very hard feeling. People like this, sorry for you saying this. Now I'll switch. Then they're supposed to put them. Do you understand? You don't create bigotry in a country that is trying to heal, among people that are trying to move on from the past. In fact, people that have moved on from the past, they don't owe you anything. They are not indebted to you. They voted for your people in the time past. They supported them. Go back and look at it. The Igbos voted massively for Obasanjo. They vote, in fact, check history. But just because they decided to vote Peter Obi, in fact, you want to kill them and all of that, you are very stupid. People like that, if you just see them now one time buying, because this kind of people, they push a very dangerous narrative that they are not supposed to push at any time. So they know what they are doing. They have an aim they want to achieve. And when they achieve it, they go. And as long as people don't come to counter them, that narrative sells. Look at the miscreants called Abike Dabiri doing selective justice at this point in time. See, it don't reach high time where we say, these people, you just select them out. If we have our own DSS, we just lock them for one detention center. Ask them what is their problem. At this point in time, they don't go to look at the bourgeoisies. Look at them critically. Those that push this bigotry during the election. Look at Femi Fani Kayode. Who is she married to? Oh, that one even too far. Let's look at recently. When Davido got married to Chioma, they were all crying on the timeline. They were crying. They were, in fact, they were shedding tears on the timeline. So people like that, they are supposed to be, in fact, I don't know. How did we get to this point? How did we get to this point? This point. I'm still wanting to know how we get to this point.
Which point?
The point where you will look at your brother and begin to you begin to profile him. You begin to make him look as if he's not relevant in the society. But this is the same person. In my area, yeah, they sold land today. They don't sell land today. Give Igbo man. In fact, they sold today. In fact, last month they sold. I have been taking record of all of them. And the guy, in less than how many days, he's building for the mother. He has raised it to the roof. Tomorrow, you will now come out and begin to come and disturb him, telling him to go back to his state. But meanwhile, you sold that land to him. You sold that land to him. He did not rob it from you. So how did we get to this point where you begin to profile people by just hearing their name, by just seeing them, by just looking at them? You just decide this one is Igbo man. In fact, you don't want to have anything to do with this set of people. You don't want to, but look at what they create to the Nigerian economy. Without them, your so-called investment and all of that is total useless. It's useless. So people like Mindshift, people like, in fact, Abike Dabiri is one of the most useless and incompetent person that should never have tested the seat of power. Trust me, people like that, they should never test power. I've worked with the Yorubas and I've worked with the Igbos. The Yorubas are very brilliant set of people. Trust me. The Igbos are very industrious set of people, but I don't know where.
Is that these people, they are the ones now that they gave us to rule us. The professors.
Oh, imperfect.
Why?
Imperfect. I can conveniently tell you that it is a Yoruba guy that is not even qualified like I am that taught me financial modeling. How to play, in fact, play around financial modeling. Now Yoruba guy teach me.
Incoming.
It was an Igbo guy that housed me.
Incoming. Did you see that picture of Yemi and Obi?
Oh, that one that tears for timeline. That one, see, look, see, I used to tell, whenever I go out in the morning, I just want to buy my normal Nescafe, so that I can wake up, do what I need to do, read and all of that. I used to tell the mommy I come to buy things from. One of the days we were having this interaction and I said, how did you people get to this point that you choose the worst of you rather, to lead the best of yourselves? Because me, I am not involved. And she could not, in fact, she could not answer. Till today, that woman, even I saw her today, she cannot. I used to ask her every day. I used to ask her. You see them running amok on the timeline, making statements that the unity of this country, we are supposed to, how do you build on a foundation so brittle? Do you understand? But you go out anywhere, you get their passport. Look at one bastard, he went and formed Yoruba Party in UK and you're expecting to win election. You think people will not come out at you? You spit bigotry, you spit tribalism, you spit hatred in your own land, in your father's house, but want to go to another man's land and rule. God punish you. God punish you. Like I said, the Yoruba man taught me financial modeling. The Igbo man taught me how to be industrious. You see, these two combinations is supposed to build a system that we are not supposed to, at any point in time, lack as a nation. I am telling you. But you see these miscreants running amok. Now they take that Mindshift. Now they take them serious. Trust me. Now, any space I see, I just leave because I know. When Bible tell you, say, go thou up from the presence of a foolish man, when thou perceivest not the gift of knowledge in him. Those are the kind of people that place in Proverbs was talking about. The counsel of a foolish man, because you will not perceive any gift of knowledge from them. You go away from them. Imperfect you. Anytime I come your space now to just come cash cruise because you want to be, a very good model. To work in a very sanctimonious, holy manner and all of that. Those kind of people, you kick them out because they have no value, no intrinsic value to offer. They don't have any intrinsic value.
Income virus. No, don't say that. Let him bring them up, please.
Incoming. You guys don't even understand what is going on.
Sorry, imperfect. Let me see. If I did this co-host, then they're not gonna collect mic. Make I go down.
Jimmy, I
beg.
Jimmy, you go date there. You go date there. Forget. Go date there.
No.
You go date there.
Let them come.
Senior man, Sir Chris.
When they
Senior
come up,
man,
then
Sir
we
Chris.
speak.
I beg you, sir. Anyone will
go
come
down.
here, I go insult them. And imperfect, if you mute me, I swear I go kick you. Come on for host.
Imperfect. Can you block Jimmy from going down? Some kind of technology. Put that for there.
See, it's not as if I'm scared of them. But you see, when they come into this space and they see me on the co-host, they won't even bother to request for the mic. I'm being honest. It's what I've experienced many times, for real. But you see, when I leave that co-host and I drop, they will swarm in because they know Imperfect is a very patient person. They will swarm in. But when I collect
Imperfect,
the mic,
that even on his space, he go to raise his hand up to speak for your own space. So yeah. they don't look you finish now. They don't look see you finish. You will now raise up your hand to speak on your own space.
Another thing is
because if you try that thing.
Another thing is, one thing I've come to notice about the Igbo people is they try to respect their oppositions even when they are angry. I'll give you a typical example. Yesterday I was in a space, anonymous. They were swamping over Mr. Facts. It was a Yoruba dominated space. And who was there? I think it was Esther. Esther was attacking Mr. Fact that number one, don't call me name. I'm probably older than you. And my first son will be 30 something. If not, kiniko. And I'm not your mate. I'm not this, I'm not that. And I noticed that Mr. Fact didn't address her after that. You see, that is respect. But you see, the very day Esther brought that bullshit on a space that we met, I told her, I said, Esther, so who the hell are you to call me Esther? Look, all these Yoruba people, you come up with this seniority. Anytime they don't have anything to argue, they will start throwing age at you. I don't care if you dropped out of someone's house before I did. I don't care if you were at the after party of the Israelites when they left Egypt. I don't care if you are Methuselah's brother. If you are not making a goddamn sense to me, if you think you're old or you're too old to be insulted, get the hell out of Twitter. Your mates are not on Twitter, for crying out loud. Don't come on Twitter to start tossing age at people. Twitter is a leveler. We're here to deal with facts and figures. Don't come here with your nonsense. I don't care who you are. And she blocked me immediately. And I returned the favor. Anytime they want to argue with you, they don't have facts. That is when they'll bring in the age.
Jimmy, can I tell you one thing, please? Please listen here. You know, Imperfect lives in Germany, okay? And you know, when you come to Germany, I always tell people, if you are not disciplined and come to Germany, Germany will discipline you.
Chris.
Yeah?
Ich arbeite auch so als Dolmetscher ab und zu mal in Gericht.
They don't start. They don't start.
Come, imperfect. Imperfect.
I just tell him now so that he can explain to you guys why. Because if you don't, Sir Chris, go on, please.
Senior man, Sir Chris, before you go, imperfect. I will kick you, come on for your host space. No, try me again, sir. You can go on.
Jimmy, let me tell you something. I always tell people that come here. If you are not disciplined, this country will discipline you. You know, when you come to Germany, they have a solid, rigid way of behavior. If they ask you to come at 9 o'clock, you must be there at least 15 minutes to 9. And the moment it is 9 o'clock, they will ask you to make appointment another time. It dawned on me one day, I was still a student in Berlin. That time I wasn't even a German citizen. That was in the 80s. I wanted to renew my resident permit, and I had to go there on a Monday, and my lawyer gave me appointment on a Friday. Do you know that I got there 15 minutes late. The receptionist did not even allow me to enter. She said, I must make another appointment again. It was then it dawned to me, oh, you really have to go back and think now. They give everybody a fair chance to express yourself. You can be talking rubbish, oh, they will be listening to you. Nobody will shout you down. When you finish talking, you say, have you finished? Then they start asking you questions. They will rope you like this. You go, they tie you rope from leg to your neck until you can't breathe anymore. And when you have this training for a number of years, for instance, I work in court. First of all, I give expertise report on culture or whatever. In forensic, I also interpret, Now, if you see in a court sitting in Germany, you'll be surprised. Even the courtroom self tells everything. The sitting orderliness, the way how you have to talk. When you are being asked questions, nobody will flog you. They will start asking you questions. If I interrogate a person, bring somebody in the space here, I will interrogate the person. Do you know this Chukudemma on that day? You people messed it up. I really wanted to interrogate him. If I had interrogated him, he will tell almost everything that he's hiding. There is a way to do it. Step by step, but every statement you make as a profiler, I am following it step by step. Let me tell you something that will shock you. There was a case I was following. This guy, a Yoruba guy. Now, he wasn't even involved in the case, but I was hearing it. He was speaking to a guy, and the guy he was speaking to is half Yoruba and half Edo person. The guy they complain self say he don't know where he belong to self. They don't regard him as a full Yoruba person. They don't also regard him as the other side of the family. Each time this Yoruba guy calls him on the phone, he will always call him his Yoruba name, even though the guy doesn't use the Yoruba name. And then one day, the guy asked this Yoruba guy, how is politics in Nigeria? He said, yeah, I was there during the election. He traveled from Germany because of the election. We won some, we lost some. These obedience are very, very, they are idiots. He doesn't even know that I have his number, I have his home address, I know where he lives, and I'm obedient. And he was talking like that. I just looked at him, I laughed. I laughed. And then they started twisting it even. Do you know what the guy answered him? This half Yoruba guy answered him. He said, look, it doesn't interest me who wins the election in Nigeria because I know they never do anything good. And that was it. He never ever spoke anything again. He will always they traveled from Germany to Nigeria, stayed 3 weeks during this election. And that was why I told you a lot of things are happening. So when imperfect is behaving that way, there are reasons for it. And this is why when I come, I just listen. I don't talk much. It's only when somebody is saying nonsense, I just pick up the mic to talk. But he knows what he's doing. Look at the pattern of question he asks you. You will say something, he will push you. Look at the way he handled that lady. And Jimmy did justice to her also. And the other guy. When you say something, you are actually exposing yourself for the next question to come against you. I beg you, Jimmy, if you can't handle it, just keep quiet, listen to the person, and then carry on with your business. Don't get too emotional. I experience it every day. I wanted to send you a DM of a voice talking about this bigotry. There is a guy I'm helping here. If I send you what the guy is, the guy is from Edo State. I practically gave him resident permit in this country. I even, Imperfect, do you know that if you are married traditionally in Nigeria, you can even register it officially here? I did it. I was the first person to do it in Germany. And I know how to do it. This guy married traditionally, they call it proxy marriage because you are not there, which no country allows. But I was able to register that marriage here. And he has gone to do church wedding in the Catholic church here also. And when I did it was, wow, how can you do this? And that thing I did now has been putting it to record. That means any other person doing it and you challenge him, we refer to that success I had in another place, in another local government, because it is published. For your information here, anybody that is having problem registering your traditional wedding you did in Nigeria, in Germany, you can contact me. I know how to do it. And when I talk about that, I have Yorubas in my family that are my relatives. And when I was listening to all those things, I took out their pictures. I started looking at them. I felt so sad, I feel so sad. I take care of them. Their father is now late. I pay their school fees. They have Yorubas. On the 1st of August, I just employed somebody. I am paying even today. He's supposed to get his salaries today. I pay him above. He is a Yoruba person in my own village. He lives in my compound, in my own house, and works for me. I never discriminated against him.
Chris,
Yeah.
the issue is that all these things, they are being fueled by APC, and they're getting ready for 2027. So they will just divide everybody. They'll be like, Yorubas don't do this with Igbos. Igbos don't do this. I think this is just like their game plan they are getting ready for 2027.
Do you think that Tinubu is still it to 2027? He's a half-dead man. I beg. This one where they fall every day. Even if he wins 2027, how many months he will fit take to him? They are giving that to the northern. I think there is a plan. They just exchange it among themselves. They've made the meeting a long time ago. Look, sometimes you ask yourself, you have to be don't get emotional. There was a tweet I even made. I said, those of you that are calling for one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. Now things are hard. Now you want to divide Nigeria. It's on a double standard. When Nnamdi Kanu was calling divide the country, all of you were against him. You bonded him into a prison, kidnapped him in Kenya. The only offense, he insulted people. Everybody insult each other, but he only said divide the country. Now you are coming to say divide the country. I'm telling you, I understand Yoruba. I go anonymously in a Yoruba space. They are saying the best thing is to divide the country. The best thing is and they are still the same person profiting from it. You still want to divide it?
They realize Tinubu is a failure. He will not bring in regionalism. They are realizing it.
My brother, sorry, go ahead.
No, that I'm just, the whole idea from these, Adeyinka grandson disciples, these bastard animals, was that we should implement regionalism because we were the ones that did the coup and brought in unitary system. Sure, you hear Bunka talk every day now. So that's why they don't support Tinubu. Before they were supporting Yoruba Nation. Now that they realize that Tinubu's a drug dealer, thief, stealer, they're changing it back to Yoruba nation slowly. Watch the transformation over time. You will see him now. They have realized that he will not do restructuring. They know it.
Who is speaking, please? I'm not seeing the person speaking.
It's
Now, trigger facts now.
facts. Anyway,
Yeah, but you can go on though. You can go on.
No, I have to go down because I'm not seeing you. I have to go down and come up again.
Okay, just go.
Okay.
Imperfect. May I say
Are you
something?
there? Wanyama wants to say something about before the person comes and line the only woman waiting on the speaker section.
Hi, Imperfect.
How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you very much
Welcome.
for giving me an opportunity to speak. Okay, I wanted to say hi to Jimmy, but okay, I still say that he's on the listener section. Hi, everyone. Um, so I've been listening to all your interesting takes, and I had to before I unmuted my mic, I had to quickly go online to check for sure because I have never heard that Nigeria has any legislature or laws that uh, about tribalism and discrimination. But I do know that from our constitution, I mean, the right of every Nigerian, the fundamental right of every Nigerian, a right to live, a right to, and a right to freedom to be free of discrimination based on gender, based on tribe or ethnic group. And I feel like the fact that no organization or person has been able to charge anybody to court on based on tribal laws or discrimination based on ethnic groups. It gives everyone, it makes tribal bigots, it sort of empowers them that I don't have the consequences for my actions. So there's no legal consequences for my actions. So I can get away with whatever I say. And to a very large extent, it makes me believe that the fact that we don't have this kind of laws in place, it feels like it's quite deliberate because we've had a lot of history, the Nigerian Civil War, several elections where leading time leading up to the elections, you get to see a lot of propaganda about certain tribes. By now, you will think that we should know better. The people who are ruling us, I mean, many of them who are in the house, of course, there are some who are not educated, but there are many of them who are also educated or who even have had a career in law. You might think that at this point, somebody should be pushing that bill to say that, there needs to be a law that prohibits people from going online and discriminating people based on their ethnic groups and whatever or wherever they come from. But this just once again proves or supports that tribal bigotry in Nigeria, especially as we know that the most marginalized ethnic group happens to be the Igbo tribe or the Igbo ethnic group. So it sort of makes me like affirm my suspicion, even if it's something that I have known since I was born. But it kind of makes me believe that this is quite intentional. I mean, when you look at other developed countries, the US, Germany, and many other countries, even within the European Union, there are laws that sort of protect people from these kind of things. And many other countries that are joining the EU, they must fall in line with those EU laws, that those kind of laws are enacted in their own countries as a condition for them, being in the EU or being a member of the European Union. Now, these are countries or these are continents that are serious about, and they know the danger, they know the impact and consequence of discrimination based on race or tribe or ethnic groups. So they know the impact and consequence that it has on society and indirectly also on our economy. So sometimes I feel like our government in Nigeria, do they not understand have they not come to realize, or do they not, haven't they concluded what great danger tribalism and discrimination is for us? Of course, we are all born with bias. We look at things in a certain way based on our life experiences, based on our personal preferences, or whatever it is that we have been fed on the dinner table by our parents every night. But where there are laws that prohibit people from expressing this kind of views publicly, then maybe people might actually realize the danger that is tribal discrimination or bigotry. But it just feels like our government doesn't understand. And another problem that I seem to have, um, it seems like some other tribes, sorry, I'm not going to call any tribe because, I have friends and family from all over Nigeria.
Is it me?
Sorry, is it my
Excuse me.
network or?
Okay,
Maybe
yeah. Maybe
maybe
she had
she
a
got
phone
it.
Can you
call.
hear me now?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear
Go
you.
ahead.
Okay, sorry. I think my phone just went locked. So, and it also, I also feel like our politicians, especially from the southeast, they don't seem to understand, will I say, what power they have to push for this kind of laws to be made. They seem to have this, I don't know, maybe this is like an I don't care attitude, which I think older generations may have had. I'm not maybe they might, because we didn't really invest in media. We didn't really, I mean, driving the media or driving the narrative. I think it's just something that the Igbos normally don't really care. And I'm saying this because I'm an Igbo woman. So growing up, uh, being born and brought up in Lagos State until I was how old before I left the country, I didn't really see any kind of, from my family, from my friends, or any kind of care or concern about whatever they say about them or how they think of them. They just go about their normal duties. But at this time, seeing the kind of vitriol that exists on the internet, sometimes I just wake up in the morning, I go on WhatsApp and I just type, be politically minded, be interested in politics, and Ndibo, try to speak up on the internet. Like the bad image that you have, because you have allowed people to call you names that are not necessarily your name for a very long time, and your silence is killing you. So silence in this context, it doesn't just, I mean, speaking up in this context doesn't just mean going out and going after people, or like the lady in Canada and calling them names or abusing other people. Setting people straight, amplifying what is good about your tribe, speaking up when people say things that are not true at all, propaganda, like, challenging them on the spot. And I feel like if our young people begin to do this, or even the millennials, if we do this quite often, you will see in the last 1 or 2 months, I see that Igbos are now really speaking out. They are now really, really speaking much more. They are speaking out much more, trying to amplify or expose the wrongdoing from other tribes. No tribe. We are bad people exist everywhere. Good people exist everywhere. It seems like that in itself is working because it's getting some people riled up. But at the same time, how about we amplify what is good about us the more? And how can we hold our Southeast politicians, especially those ones who are in the of power right now? How can they get interested to see how anti-bigotry or anti-tribal laws would be enacted? But my fear again is that those kind of laws, if they eventually see the light of day, might be abused by the police or whatever DSS. If they see that somebody is not, somebody is maybe speaking out against bad governance, they will just knock them discriminatory or tribal what offense, just like they are making use of this terrorism this thing now. Sorry, imperfect. I hit my mic.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Prince, look, we hear from you quickly, I beg. Nice submission.
Thank you very much. My contribution on these issues surrounding bigotry, I've been asking myself, is it that among the senators and the reps of House of Representative, are they also having bigotry issue among themselves, fighting themselves whenever they are sharing money or whenever they want to pass law on how to increase their salary for themselves or their those ones that they normally take for constituency allowances? Do they have tribal and religious issues? And I just ask myself, see how some gullible youths end up making us a laughing stock to the whole world, fighting about one tribe is this, one tribe is that to the world. I now ask myself, to what end exactly those fools in the internet, what are they trying to achieve? Is it that by cursing one tribe or the other, is that what will make me to buy fuel below the 1,000 naira now that fuel is being sold? I have been alive when I bought fuel for 75 in my very own eye. Fuel has gone to 1,000 plus per liter. Yet somebody's energy on internet, off
This is it.
internet, to
Well,
be
how much?
75 naira per liter.
Are you aware that once upon a time you're buying at 20 naira?
Yes, I know.
All right.
Now, what I'm trying to bring out is this. Each time I ask, is maybe I am yet to discover what I don't know. I think maybe this bigotry seems to pay those people that are promoting it in each election, and it used to bring food to their family table, and they use it to pay school fees abroad and home and abroad school fees, transportation, it usually reduce flights, ticket fares, many things. It gives them scholarship. It gives them good health in hospital, enable them to pay medical bills. This hatred, each time I ask myself, can anyone stand out and tell me that there is one tribe in the whole world that has no evil person or has done no evil, or evil cannot be found in that tribe? None. Why wasting energy trying to point fingers at people? Why the four fingers are pointing back at you? What gain? I don't see the gain. I wonder, okay, this is what they are gaining, but just for political irrelevance, this self-destructive end is so painful. I'm just so mad at these things each time I see them. I'm confused. I dey hungry. Person they tell me about tribe and religion. When we say the food when I want eat, the person no 1 year. Now the amount when you tell me once semo when be like the wrap of my block off when we say now one swallow it don't finish. My brother at 300 and 400 per swallow. Person could they tell me about tribe and religion, hatred matter. That person don't mad me. And I will end with this. You could see the way when Harry is giving the enemies back-to-back information, those acclaimed bigotries. You could see how the Twitter internet is balancing himself now. One thing I want to educate, cut across tribe and religion that some people need to know. When Harry mentioned any tribe or any tribe mention anything, before you react, ask yourself, that statement that person is making, is he talking to you as a person? You can abuse my tribe. I will look at it on one first. Is it me? If it's not me, I know that it's referring to somebody from my tribe. So be it. Is that person in my tribe that should mind his business? Saying that to other tribe, if you think your tribe is being insulted too, sometimes it is that particular person they are referring to. So I would just say God will help we these youths in this country. The politicians are so much polluted our mind that we can't think straight anymore. Hunger is killing us. Now, dollar issue now is a bygone issue that is no longer relevant in discussion because it has overstayed in its current state that people no longer discuss about dollar again. Fuel now has become something that you can't even see to even use. Filling stations are now criminals that sell fuels at night. And yet people have time. They've not eaten, they will borrow data. Urgent 2K. They will be typing rubbish. How can they say Satan should still come to Nigeria? Satan will be useless in Nigeria. The demons of the youth mind are more than what Satan can imagine. May God help us. My brother, Ataya, and I will beg my Igbo brothers and other tribe in general, anybody that first attack, insult you, give him same energy, but so same energy. And I will finally end with this. You could see the way Harry is giving the enemy back to back, people are being informed. That is the same way you win election. You snatch it, you grab it, run away with it. When they see you two are ready in that same kind, I'm telling you, my brother, they can give you some and tranquility. You want to win election in Nigeria, you are wasting your time. You can't, it can't amount to anything. Prepare and give the enemy that same card. You will see that it gets on. That's why you can see the useless Wike has power to hold between APC and PDP because he believes that that is the language Nigerian people want. I hear the mic.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I don't know. No, I believe that we are not enemies. Nobody hates anyone here, irrespective of your tribe, your religion, your location, and everything. Like I said, these people, they are just trying to like distract us from the bad governance. Imagine in the last 2 weeks now, in fact, in the last 10 days, this person don't go France, come back, you don't go China. I don't know. I don't tell person, I beg, make una just dey check how much them go spend between now and the end of the year to fly that the aircraft. I know, but I make them just check how much. Then convert it into Naira. Then we can know how many schools the for use that money take build or renovate. How many hospitals the for use that money take build or renovate. How many other basic amenities the for use that money take, fix. Just do what. Cooks, look here from you after you come to William. Shai Chia, you're welcome. Greetings to you.
Thanks, my brother. How are there, everyone? Now, welcome to the television show called Nigeria. I think we're there for like season 70 or something. Hey, God. We don't understand the impact that Peter. Sorry. We don't understand the impact that Peter Obi's presidency had on the psyche of us. He won Lagos by landslide. He won Abuja by landslide. Other ethnicities that were involved in the genocide of our people actually voted for him. So the foundation of our politics in Nigeria changed because it showed that tribalism is dead politically. And if you actually allow the people to vote and you allow those votes to count, which is something we've never done in the history of Nigeria, and in most African countries, people will vote in a non-tribalistic way. That's why there's so much bigotry everywhere, because they want to reset the people's mind back to the old way of thinking. Because the only thing that a lot of these politicians have that keeps them elected is the fact that they are a part of a tribe or an ethnicity. That is really important. You know you can get any value again now. Now the only value where I get is the fact that they are equal on Yoruba, Hausa, etc. That is really it. Most of who now go enter America, they will become cab drivers. Most of them, if we're being honest, they don't really have value outside of that. And that system has to be protected. And that's the reason why there's so many people involved, because there's a line to leadership, have we ever asked ourselves, how do these people become leaders? Because they're in line, right? From LGA, from state, from Shay is from like PA, grow to become senior PA. And after that, you enter state house. If you're lucky, you'll be the head of the house or whatever. And then after that, you enter like local government chairman. You'll go House of Reps federal. Hopefully, if you go federal, you can stay there for a while, maybe die there, or you can become a senator or a governor. We know the process. And everyone wants to eat the cake. They don't want change to come because they haven't had their piece of the Nigerian pie. So you get it. That's why there's so much bigotry, up even to the elected officials, ministers, and all of these things like that. That's why they're fighting back, fighting Harry, fighting all of us, because they want it. And like I said earlier, all of those Agbados, Rolu, all of them are realizing that they have also been hoodwinked as well. All of them are innocent. Many of them are paid, but some of them actually believe in this ideology. That's why I call them the Inca grandson disciples, because they believe in it. And they actually believed in Tinubu, and they thought that Tinubu was of the same ilk as Awolowo and all these kind of people. They are realizing that he actually is a drug dealer that is here to steal, that is not here to actually bring development to Nigeria. That's why many of them are going for regionalism and saying, let's vote for regionalism, let's try to push, because they realize that they were just used and dumped. They were used and dumped. Some of them don't realize it, but slowly but surely they are realizing it, that they were all used and dumped to put a drug dealer in power. And it was a long plan for Tinubu and his family to go into that power, take control of key sectors of our economy for their own family and lineage, not for the benefit of Yoruba. That is the truth. That is the truth. That's why I love what Harry is doing, because what it does is that it exposes the fact that we are all have something wrong with us. There's nobody that carries the placket of perfection. Nobody is perfect in Nigeria. But we have our own issues. We have this whole Simonette terrorism that's happening to us. You know, the North has their own issue with terrorism, out of school children, etc. And now that we see the Southwest has the same issue with this ritualistic killings that many Yoruba have been fighting against in secret for a long time. Because if you go to Harry's page, do you know how many Yoruba people are there thanking him? They're thanking him because they've been trying to fight this battle, and it has been blocked by their media houses for a long time. Now that it's getting publicity, they can actually eradicate such things from their region because they actually want it eradicated. That is the truth. That is why all of this is happening. It's because of power. That is it, though. Everybody is trying to secure their base. And their base is based on the fact that they are part of the same community. So let me land with this. In 2027, if there were ever be a 2027, let's be open-minded. Me, I'm of the opinion that it is more important that we kill this APC demon than Peter Obi becoming president. I know many people will disagree with me. And I'm saying this as somebody who is an obedient, because it has been 2 consecutive like presidential elections that we've seen APC produce idiots. Yeah, thank you, around. So whoever will go in there that is honest, regardless of what region they come from, that will get APC out and will get us moving forward as a country and as a nation, Let's support it. If it's Atiku Obi, if it's Obi L5, if it's whoever, well, not L5, but share get within I thought. Let's eradicate APC. It's a disease that will consume all of us. I like.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. William, you want to say something earlier on, right? I don't know. Yesterday, Willie E, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. All right. Hi everyone. So, yeah, I've been listening, and I think what is going on. Uh, for one thing, one thing we have to know, or one thing we have to understand is the person or the people we're dealing with. You understand? So, if you follow the politics of Lagos before now, you will understand exactly what I'm about to say. You understand? So this is Tinubu's MO. You understand? This is how he operates. This is how his main this thing in his playbook, or whichever playbook he uses, his most potent weapon uh, is division, divide and rule tactics. That's what has been working for him over time. We saw that in Lagos. We saw the way he demonizes. And anytime, I mean, when you look at Nigeria, there's one no-go area. There's one, no matter how campaign, or how our politics before now, you understand, there's just that one no-go area, which is uh, excessively tribalizing, hitting up the politics, tribalism, and stuff like that. But for someone like Tinubu, there's no holds barred when it comes to Tinubu. So anything goes. Yeah, he's the most gutter politician I've ever seen in my life. So he doesn't care if half of Nigeria perishes in his quest, in his quest for power. So we saw that in Lagos, during the time of Jimmy Agbaje. So for those who thought that this whole thing started in 2023, with Guadebo Road Rivals, no. Even when Jimmy Agbaje, they called Jimmy Agbaje, I've forgotten the Igbo name they gave Jimmy Agbaje then. It was one of the things they use in deceiving those that they were able to deceive then all those time in Lagos. They tell them Jimmy Agbaje is Igbo, and they gave him an Igbo name and everything, so that's how he rose. So what I want to say here is these guys finally, or somehow, I think they are getting us where they want us. I'm sorry to say this sincerely. They are really they've actually gotten us there in the past 2 3 days. If you observe, before this whole tribalistic discourse, and talking about one tribe or the other, discussing tribalism or what have you, was limited to the Ronu spaces. If you observe, when you see other spaces, from other people, and sensible Yorubas and Igbos and Edolites and other tribes and stuff like that, they'd be discussing issue-based politics, right? But in recent time, have you observed that finally, they are getting us there? In the last 2 3 days now, check most of the spaces we've been holding. We've started discussing tribalism like them. You understand? And this is exactly what Tinubu wants. I mean, for anyone who still have doubt, I listened to the lady who spoke the other time. She said it seems these guys are in the no. It doesn't seem. It is exactly what they are doing. There's no country in the world where you have, there's no multicultural or multi-ethnic country in the world where you have this kind of rhetoric going on, this kind of discourse going on, and e-war and everything going on, and the government in power will keep quiet. Something could obviously lead to a civil war, and you don't hear pim from the government. So what does that tell you? They are 100% behind what is going on. And let me inform you guys, this is just the beginning. in the build up to 2027, it's going to intensify to a point that there could be a bit of, breakout of maybe a bit of fight somewhere in the country or somehow if care is not taken. But if that does not happen, it's going to heat up to a point that you would think Nigeria is about to explode. They will push it to that point. And here is me telling my Edo people, if there are Edolites in the room here, here's the thing, right? Edo is one of the number one targets. And as soon as they've achieved what they want to do with Edo State, they will move to another people or another state or another ethnic group. Now, why are they targeting Edo? Have you observed that each time you see those guys, those who say things that gets to provoke the Igbos that or provoke the suspected Igbos, because this whole thing seems like a game to me. I don't even trust anybody, including the Amaka herself. I'm just seeing all this thing as a chess game going on. They are just playing with us. You understand? So you see people that those that, the Edolites, we come and say things in conjunction with the Yorubas, say vile things against the Igbos, we kill all your children and blah, blah, blah. And then you see the ones also that also, the Igbos or claim to be the Igbos, we come out and say, oh, we'll finish we'll poison everybody, we'll do this and do that. And then they will cut out the one that is purported to be one of the Igbo, and then, send it to their control media and everything. See, this whole thing is just a game in the build up to 2027. And why Edo is the number one target is because when you look at it, Edo is the headquarters of obedient movement. If they are able to get Edo people to start going against the Igbos in conjunction, in a way, to them, is a way of getting to Obi himself, right? If they get that in place, is a huge achievement for them. So they want to first of all get Edo people to start hating on the Igbos. And I'm sorry to say, it's like there are few Edo people have started falling for it. I've seen a lot of Edo people who knew exactly what's playing out. But unfortunately, there are some Edolites who have not seen through this whole gimmick, that this whole thing is just a chess game they are playing with them. That, look, these guys are just trying to deceive you guys. You've never had an issue with the Igbos. You've lived in peace with the Igbos. The Igbos love you. I've had Igbos talk very, very good about Edo people. The Igbos love you guys. You guys love the Igbos. You live together in peace and unity and everything. But look at what is happening now. I'll just conclude by saying this. Please, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Let's not, like I said at the beginning of my summation, I said that these guys have us exactly where they want us to be, but we can also try to redirect ourselves. Why we're trying to counter these things they are pushing, because we can't just keep quiet and say, okay, let's just be discussing issue based. Why they are there deceiving, the feeble-minded ones, the gullible ones who would not really think through what those guys are doing. So while we are countering their distance, we can as well also be, focusing on the failings and the things these guys are doing, because what they are trying to do, they're trying to distract us while they loot and steal and plunder and just destroy the country so that there wouldn't be much uproar while we're busy discussing tribalism. And then the whole thing in the end, the build up to 2027 also works in their favor eventually. So they know exactly what they are doing. Please, while we also discuss this tribalism sometimes, let's also not forget the issues that are bedeviling the country as we speak. Thanks for letting me speak. I'm done here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See, I am yet to see any responsible person living in the diaspora that will come online and be arguing like this on TikTok, saying all manner of whatever thing they are saying. It is just like you said now correctly. What if I've been saying this thing like, okay, what if all these things were just like a stage? It was just stage to distract people, including this Amaka herself, And how come that Abike just amplified the whole thing because we have been ignoring all the nonsense they've been doing here. How come she just came out from nowhere and started getting herself involved?
Perfect. Did you see the
all this?
speed at which they did the whole thing? Did you see the speed from National Assembly? Did you see
now,
what does that tell you?
who gave,
It was
how did you
pre-planned.
get the
Everything
information?
was
How,
planned.
it didn't take her up to 12 hours to get that person's complete details and everything. You don't have Nitcom or Nightcom don't have that access.
Bros, we're not fools now. We're not fools now. We're thinkers.
Who be idiots now? Nobody now. Who are they trying to fool? They want to distract us. Now, they should focus on the APC candidates they want to bring to Edo State. They can't even speak common pidgin English except now war. When we come to debate, they said they have to buy data for everybody in Edo State. Oh, Jesus Christ. How did we get here, for God's sake? Or someone that they probably they defend someone that wants to be a governor that he doesn't necessarily know how to speak English, how to communicate. In 2024,
he talked that thing.
oh, someone they defend the guy now.
You know what? You don't hear what you're about to tell her.
I don't die.
Again on Thursday said before they will interview the guy that Edo can't afford data. Arise TV need to buy the data for all of them. Like in nonsense, I just switched over to YouTube and got furious.
Edo, that's one of the wealthiest people in Nigeria.
Edo people are going to look APC like this. The president already said Edo is already in their pocket. That how? I beg Sam, hold on. Is this the Fakaye that we know? Fakaye, are you the one? I don't know if you once you say, can you hear me? I don't see that you. Fakaye, is that you?
Perfect.
Aha. Now you.
Edo State problem started from the day Edo State people say that Edo State is not Lagos.
Okay, hold on. That was where the whole fight started from. No wahala. And again, when they had that Oba issues, now APC now don't go switch everything now, make it be. God damn it. Fakaye, go on. Fakaye, go on. We can hear you. Speak. Fakaye, unmute your mic now.
Okay. Yes,
Yes, we can hear you now. This guy with his phone after 4 years. Sam, see your colleague. Fakaye, speak. Okay, unmute your mic and speak now. We can't hear you.
It be like saying they were doing like
can another person come on?
Fakaye, just raise your hand up.
Fakaye, are you there?
Yeah, I'm perfect.
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I was attending to something.
It's a bad network.
It is not. We know him. Like, his phone they use tape and bandage.
Because just like you said, politicians are happy. In fact, this moment they are very fortunate because they have citizens who have lost focus, who are engaged in discussing bigotry. And I do not agree that politicians are the one behind it. But I can say that politicians are happy and they are even trying to enable this because it will make people not to pay attention to the real issues. And many of us that will open space, many of us that will talk about it, many of us that encourage people that post, that talk about it, that spread bigotry are also culpable. Because if we are no longer interested in this topic, we can try to divert the attention and try to discuss about some other. Because this is what I want to see. So rather than me put much blame on politicians, I will engage with the people to try, and we can do it in our own little way. People who are spreading the bigotry. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Now, people who are spreading this bigotry, for example, people who are spreading bigotry among the Yorubas, I can take it upon myself to try and caution them, fight them, because if Emeka, for example, should insult Yoruba, it is not Igbo that insults Yoruba. It is Emeka. It is Emeka that I will fight. If I should begin to use what Emeka is doing to justify attacks on Igbos, it means that I'm also a bigot. I am just using Emeka as an excuse to attack Igbos. If an Igbo guy sees various tweets on the timeline attacking Igbos, then you can see the name of that person. Somebody probably might be frustrated. Some probably might have a bad parenting, or a lot of things that might have be battling with the person. Then you leave the person and you now begin to attack. You now say bigotry for bigotry. Then you are using it to justify bigotry. It means you yourself, you are a bigot. That tweet just brought out the true color of what you have in you. It's just like when you see a madman, then the madman looks at you and tells you that you are mad. But the moment you reply that madman back, say you are also mad, it means both of you are also mad. So Yoruba Ronu, Ari o, because I do not know what to call Igbo that are spreading because those are means Yorubas, you can call them Yoruba Ronu. Maybe those among you, maybe you call them Ikokwe. I don't know what you will call them. Ari o, we have a lot of names of people, both in Yorubas. I am seeing one called Gerard, both in Yorubas and both amidst the Igbos. The moment we are now begin to enable any one of them, or the moment we begin to open space, then we complain only about what Yorubas are doing as Igbos. Or the moment Yorubas are beginning to open space, complain about what Igbos are doing, it means that we are all enablers. And that we are all enablers, and that is what I see what most of us are doing. And the way it is today, if you do not have high self-control, because when you see people post something against your tribe, you will get aggravated. But when you see when they are posting against others, you will look away. So the way it is today, you now see that the Yorubas, the Igbos that we claim to be educated, at least in Nigeria, we say we are the most educated by APC. But we are the one fighting ourselves. You will see Northerners, they hardly come online and be insulting one another. They hardly open space. And you see them insulting Igbos, insulting Yoruba, but it is we that will say we are educated. We are well traveled, we are well exposed. We've moved everywhere around the world, but we are the one with MSc, with PhD. We are the one spreading bigotry. So what I want to say is that because the moment you are mentioning political bigotry, you mention party, to me you are being biased. Because to me, personally, I do not recognize party, because politicians are the same. If I begin to measure the kind of bigotry we see from all political parties, we all have points if you look closely. If you look at Yoruba Ronu, they will give you points to justify the madness they are doing. If you look at the Igbos, If you look at the Igbo spreading bigotry, insulting the Yorubas, just like some of you here saying you are backing Ari, you as well have point to back Ari. But there are some people who have not been spreading bigotry that are Yorubas. They will say it is because of what Ari is doing presently. That is why they will also begin to spread bigotry. Then if you now begin to talk about where this bigotry actually started, you will see that everybody engaged in it will have one or two things, one or two reasons to justify it. Now, the moment we are also talking about bigotry and we are saying that it's peculiar to one tribe, whether Igbo or whether Yoruba, that means you yourself, you are a bigot. So what I think now is that we do not even need to know about Genesis. Because as a matter of fact, before 2023, I personally have been called Fulani slave because I have defended Fulani on this tier. When some people were insulting Fulani, it has to do with 2023. But politicians are happy and they will do everything possible to, we will not stop. They will do everything possible to ensure that they promote it more. Because when they say that people are more engaged in discussing about political talks, political conversations on TikTok, on Twitter, they are insulting. Why they, Igbo senator, Igbo Yoruba senators, at the end of the month, they are stealing from our resources. They know that we are not discussing about real issues. But on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok, we are discussing bigotry. So if me personally, I am a politician, I am telling you, because except if I want to be a responsible one, and that is what is expected of every one of us to be as a leader or as a follower, being responsible. So if I'm a typical Nigerian politician, whether Igbo, whether Yoruba, whether Hausa, I will pray that this bigotry does not end. The only time I will take action is when I see that there's a threat to life. But when I say that it's just like they are just fighting, they are arguing, and they are not talking about the real issues in the country, I'll be happy. And that is what we see people doing now. The moment you now begin to talk about one person, or begin to talk about one party, or talk about one individual, because I've seen a lot of people talk about Tinubu. The moment you begin to do that, I'm not saying that it's not guilty. Every one of them is guilty. But the moment you begin to base it on one, it means that we are not ready to fight the bigot. So that is what I have to say. Let us stop being enablers of bigotry. You cannot say you are condemning bigotry, and what you are doing, you are enabling.
Yeah, but that is exactly what you are doing, Fakeye. Do you know how many times you retweeted that Amaka's video?
Yes, because I believe that she should be punished.
And how many times have you retweeted the? Hey, I'm on the phone. Stop this! I'm on the phone. How many times have you retweeted the ones of the Yorubas when they were saying they should kill?
Wallahi, if any Yoruba is punished, is it my family member?
No, no. Amaka is not your family member. Hold on. Let's have this engagement. Amaka is not your family member, but yet you retweeted it. Okay, fair enough. How many audios, the ones of Adeyanka grandson, the ones of what's it called? This Runke, Adenaya, what's it called? How many times have you retweeted or called them out for their act of bigotry? How many times?
Okay, ask imperfect. I personally have been called Omwani. There was this particular tweet that happened in Ondo that some miscats were saying, and this is a politicking, that certain Abraham, I think Abraham something, because he married an Igbo woman, they said they should not vote for him in the primary election. I was like, are you people insane? If a particular lady did wrong to the former governor, and I do not believe she did anything wrong because I've not even read it. She did wrong in her own personal capacity. It has nothing to do with her tribe. But politicians who are the opponents, they will be the one to use that particular thing as a campaign tool against. And politicians, they are just using it as campaign tool. But there are some people who will take it so dearly So when I saw that particular tweet, I said, what's going on this madness? So the next thing I saw, you are a bastard. You are not Yoruba. I said on top. I said on top waiting. So if I see any Yoruba man doing something bad and I'm supporting him, I'll be fighting Igbos. How does that better my life? How does that advance my own cause?
It's not. It's not. You don't necessarily have to support them. But my point is, you never call them out either by tweet or by retweeting. I just checked your TNL. Hold on. I just checked your TNL and I searched.
Okay.
There is no tweet whatsoever that you've condemned any Yoruba person speaking bigotry or typing anything that has to do with bigotry
Okay,
or any video
I will.
of anyone. Okay,
Okay.
when also hold on,
Okay, I will.
when Oba
I will.
Oba of
I,
Lagos said
okay.
they will throw if you don't vote for Ambode, they will throw the Igbos inside the river. You didn't mention it, or you were not on Twitter at that point in time.
I was on Twitter, but now we use my account.
Okay, so okay.
This is my second account.
All right. So when what's the name of this guy? Was saying Adeyinka grandson, when he said they given the Igbos 48 hours to leave Lagos, and if they don't leave, they will be stopping every cars. They'll be busting into every houses, offices, chasing them out. This was before he went to jail, by the way, and he came back again out of jail about 2 weeks ago, and he made another video, and it just stinks of bigotry. Nobody is saying anything about it. They did not tweet anything about it. There's a particular tweet from a Yoruba guy that says, "We will kill them all." I read it on Imperfect Space a couple of days ago. "We will kill them all. We'll chase them out of Ibadan or your Ogundo, and will kill them all." And the person said he will start from his own wife that happens to be an Igbo woman. This is Yoruba man's post. That he will start from his own wife that happens to be an Igbo woman. That he is going to kill his wife and move on from there. The post is all over the place. There is another one about this Lagos PDA, or what's it called? I checked. I typed in Lagospedia on your TL now. I didn't see you condemning anything that guy, and that guy rigs of bigotry. In fact, they should use. It seems like it's the national flag. The logo he uses the national flag of the bigotry nation. None of you guys came up to say anything about these guys. None. And for the record, this whole bigotry thing, it's not a matter of let's not point fingers. Here's the truth. The Yorubas, we started it first. I'm repeating it again. We started this madness first. Tinubu has considered this as a way of redirecting or winning elections. This has absolutely nothing to do with the coup or whatever it is you guys want to always go back to history to relate to. We're talking about 1999 upward. We never had this madness until Tinubu came. And he's been using this for a very long time. And anytime he tosses that card, people jump up on it. But it has gotten out of hand. It has gotten out of control right now. Do you guys know that that's the same thing you used against Agbaji?
Let me respond. Let me respond to you.
Jimmy, please, before he responds, I want to ask a follow-up question so that you can respond together. My brother, listen, when you came up, you said when somebody says something, maybe the person is maybe under is triggered, is annoyed, or whatever, under emotional stress or whatever. We should not regard it as I take it to be very important based on the utterances of the person. And secondly, you said the politicians are not the people doing it, actually. A follow-up question now is this. When Bayo Onanuga made his own tweet, is he not a politician that carries a lot of followers? Tunumbu's wife, when he did that, Is her husband not a well-known politician seeking for election? So how can you now exonerate the politicians and also the person that is also making all these bigotry statements and tell me, no, it is harmless? Thank you.
No, that was not what I said. I said that when somebody attack your tribe, it is that person that you should attack. If you are an Igbo person and you insult Yoruba, it is you that I will attack. But the moment I refuse to attack you and I now attack the whole Igbos, it means that
Sorry. Did you actually understand my question? I asked you.
No. I get your question now.
If Tinubu's wife is doing it,
no.
okay.
The first statement you made now. So I now said that it is you that me I will attack. I will not attack the tribe. That is what I said. I didn't say that you should ignore the person. If in fact, if you insult my tribe, I will ignore you because I believe that you do not deserve my time and attention. Because I can just imagine that maybe probably you have a mental problem or you have certain issues that you're dealing with, or you have problem of hatred. So I will not allow your hatred to now affect me. Then concerning politicians, now this is, you get the point here. Politicians are not, we have people who are bigots. Imagine people who are spreading bigotry today. Some of them will end up in politics and they'll begin to behave like a mad people. You get? Now, politicians, what they want to do is they want to win election. They want to divide people. When they see that, okay, look at the case of our, because I actually spoke against it on a particular space. But I do not need to come here and try to project myself as I know who I am. So I do not need to try and make myself as if I'm not a bigot. That is not what I'm interested in. Because if I am here lying and trying to pretend. If I'm lying to you, I know that to myself I am not saying the truth. But it does not matter. But what is happening now is that many of us who are spreading it, we should stop. That's what I am trying to say. Now, politicians, what they do, they encourage people to try to whip ethnic sentiment so that people will begin to have certain love for them in line of religion or ethnicity, so that when election comes, they will vote for them. It is not because they are bigots. If you look at these people, they have in-laws that are Igbos. They have in-laws that are Yorubas. But when it comes to, in fact, they have business dealings with people from different tribes. But when it comes to election, they know that they are playing game. But some of these people who are spreading bigotry, they know that they are using them to play this certain game. And people that they are friends from other tribes, when they see all those things, they look away because they know that the end game is for them to win election. And that game that they are playing is what exactly we are doing here.
Fake, here's the thing, right? The things you're saying here does not correspond with the kind of posts you have on your timeline. You're trying to appear neutral here, right? But it doesn't correspond with the kind of post. I'll give you an example real quick, and it's like a question to you as well, and you can as well respond to that. Let's even use the most recent one as an example, right? Let's even assume that Amaka is not an actor in the game, right? Because I still feel that this whole thing is just orchestrated, right? So let's just assume she's not an actor in the game. There's a full video, as in a full capture of what transpired in that conversation they had. And before she got presumably provoked to make those, vile, nonsensical comments that she made, right? So the videos were there, right? Where some other folks were calling for the whining of Igbo children. And let's just assume that, okay, Amaka is not part of the game, right? That she's fully an Igbo woman that was in that is it space or discussion they were having. And then she is a mother. And as a mother and as an Igbo woman, you're there hearing someone or some folks say that they have to start by buying all Igbo children, right? And she responded out of anger and out of provocation. And you guys cut out the one of the response, that is the one of Amaka, and made it go viral. And then people started posting the full discussion. People started posting the part that preceded.
God bless you.
The part
God
that
bless
preceded.
you.
The part that preceded Amaka's response.
Honestly,
right?
this guy is so honest.
Yeah, the part that preceded Amaka's response, you guys ignored it. And people started sharing it just to show you guys that, okay, we condemn Amaka for what she said. But how comes you guys are ignoring this other person? Is this not also genocidal, calling for the whying of all Igbo children? And I didn't see that. I've checked your timeline as well. I've not seen you post that one. But you have that of Amaka posted and, severally and everything on your timeline. So what does that make you look like? A hypocrite or what? Or you're here now, pretending to be neutral, pretending to be all good and all nice and everything. You see, people like you are part of the problem. If you want to be neutral, if you want to be good, let it be all round. Right?
Yes.
Willie, can I add something too? Can I add something too?
That I did not post that particular video, and if I see it now,
I would like to make my submission.
It does not.
Guys, let him speak now. Prince, after Fakaye's time will speak, then come to Ninth, then come to Prince. I beg, I beg. Fakaye, unmute your mic. Go on, please. We can hear you now. Unmute your mic, Fakaye, sorry.
Okay. Now, the particular maybe a door, I don't know, because I heard that she got aggravated because of what one Edo woman. If I see it now, I will repost it. I do not care. This Adeyinka or Garson of 18, I personally, I do not like what he is doing. There was a time I joined the space. I left immediately. Because I was like, what are these guys saying? There's a particular tweet I liked. I can screenshot it now. I liked, but I did not retweet it. It has to do with one Omo Naija cautioning a Yoruba person, Omo Naija from APC, cautioning a Yoruba person from stereotyping. They said they caught one particular woman with drugs, an Igbo person. Say this they are doing is very wrong. Everybody is culpable. Even you that you are accusing me of being an hypocrite. What you are an hypocrite. There is nobody that is clean when it comes to bigotry at this moment. Now, you made mention of one thing. You said Amaka responded to something.
Hey, please, you have to retract your statement. What do you mean by that?
The person too also responded to somebody from Igbo, from an Igbo person. Now, that Igbo person also responded to particular bigotry from a Yoruba person, and that is how it has been transparent. I see something against Igbo.
So can you now see that you've confirmed what I just said now? Because from your explanation now, Yoruba started it first. I'm not just saying this to do that.
No. Okay. Jimmy, hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay, now when Buhari, I'm happy that you are a Yoruba person. That's why I commend some Yorubas within the labor. But sometimes you go overboard, and I'll tell you why I said you go overboard. Now, when Buhari was in power, we in the south, most especially south and southeast, the northerners have been attacked severally. Buhari was called bigots. We had northerners were called all sorts of derogatory names. It is because the northerners were so calm. The northerners were act like the Yorubas, because we the south, we are kind of active. Because the northerners, they are very calm. A lot of attacks on the north. That was why this thing was not heated. If you look at social media spaces when Buhari was there, the northerners are Boko Haram, Northerners are backward, Northerners are illiterate. Those things are bigotry statements. Now, when we now have Yorubas, southeast and south. Now, attack between the Yorubas who claim to be the ruling, then the Igbos who see themselves as the opposition. Because I do not believe that the Yorubas are ruling or Igbos are the opposition. It is Tinubu and Obi, and they are there to represent themselves, not any ethnic group. And that is why it is so heated at this moment. If we have an Hausa man as the president, this bigotry will not be so heated. It is because we have two tribes who are very active on social media, who are very active, who like to go against each other. If we still have Buhari today, it will not be as active as this. So if you say this, now if you
My brother, I'm not sure you are understanding
I
the
actually
point.
disagree with
you do not know.
He totally doesn't.
Yeah.
You do not know what
So Fakeye, let me
because
Just
no,
submit,
hold
just
on,
submit.
sorry.
All right,
I'm
go ahead.
now. If you say Yoruba started it as far back as 2015, I stopped commenting on Punch because when you see Fakeye Ahmed, my religion will be insulted. Yoruba Muslim. That was when I knew that we have Yoruba Muslim, we have Yoruba Christian. As far back as 2015, you will hear Yoruba Muslim, they are Fulani slaves. People who call Fulani slaves are the Southeasterners. It was before 2023. But whenever I see those things, I do not for once blame Igbos. I see those miscreants as the ones who have issues. So the moment you now come as a Yoruba person saying that, when I know that Yorubas are tolerating, Yorubas are accommodating, the moment Yoruba come online and say that Yorubas start these things, you are number one, you are wrong, because I do not know who started it.
It is Yoruba. It is.
My brother, we are not here to point fingers.
No,
Just submit.
Hold on. Oh, just mute me. I will personally tell you it's the Yorubas that started it. And yeah, thank you very much. The number one fact is that the only so-called state this nonsensical narrative happens is in Lagos, and you guys claim to know Lagos. You don't want people. If you're not Yoruba, you're not allowed to govern Lagos. You claim Lagos is a Yoruba land. Okay, fine, no problem. But why is it that out of all the states in Nigeria, Lagos is the only state that comes up with that nonsense every single time there's an election? Why is it that Oshun doesn't come up with that? Ogun, Ondo, or Oyo does not come up with that. Only Lagos. And once they start, it starts during election period. But this time around, this time around is a situation of before election, during election, and after election, just to maintain a narrative and a form of distraction, to be honest. But to be honest with you, between you and I, with the fact I just stated now, considering the fact that this only happens in Lagos, and Lagos is Yoruba land, okay? And that same Lagos is where some certain people are saying no other tribe can come there to be a governor. So obviously, Yoruba started it. They don't want people to come and become governor. So if you have any other narrative or any counter narrative, all right.
No.
Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm here.
Can I ask you a question? Okay. What Nnamdi Kanu, before he was picked up, what he was saying, what he was doing, do you consider that as an act of bigotry?
Please don't put Nnamdi Kanu with Igbos. There are a lot of Igbos that disagree with him.
My brother, please, can I add something to this? My brother,
Ninth man, 1 second. I understand the game is trying to play. And
no.
Look, listen, I'm going to answer your question.
No. Whenever I speak, I speak as fact. I'm not a member of it.
Okay, now we want to do whataboutism. Okay, good. Let's do this way. It's spoken for over 15, 20 minutes now. Now, what was the question? You're talking about Nnamdi Kanu. Now, good. Wait
No,
now.
no, no, no,
Wait,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no, no. I'm not
Okay, hold on.
justifying it. No. We are talking about.
Oh, you can't be the only person speaking now. You don't let us move back around. Now, let's talk about what Nnamdi Kanu said. Then talk about what.
Talking about who started.
Hold on, please. When was that, please? When did you say Nnamdi Kanu said something about? I don't know what and what did he say?
Can I help him in that
So don't
aspect?
help him now. Let him talk the year. They are sending him DMs. I beg, go on. Which year was that? We're gonna give her the answer since now. I mean, quick, I beg. Fakaye.
See, what I understand here is that
Fakaye, they
Fake,
are giving him information on what to say. Others don't want to take the mic. So Fakaye, which year now they cannot talk, waiting him talk, and I waiting him talk. They should type it first and send to you.
More than allow me to make my submission back go down and beg now.
Because now I want to compare Nnamdi Kanu to he left his page.
Wow. Simple question.
can I add something?
Imperfect, let me make submission and
No,
go
you have
down,
already
please.
made your own submission. Now Sam they go next. After Sam now ninth man, then we'll come back to you, Prince. You have to wait a bit, make me hear from others. Amaka, I don't know if you want to speak, but if you're here, indicate. Make no say a lady is here to also make her submission. Okay, good. Just hold on. When he comes back, make him talk the one way on our former first lady of Lagos State or rather Senator.
Please write that question down. Then he must answer.
Sam, go on a big. Sam, go on.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Samuel Campbell, aka the Bloody Yoruba guy. I don't understand. You allowed the last speaker, you gave him extra life, and he spoke extensively. And people began to interrupt him, and he started saying all sort of nonsense and every other thing. I don't understand. It's not fair, please. And that's that. Before the last speaker, I mean Willie E. I can't remember the speaker. I can't remember the name of that speaker that spoke before me. When he was saying you get rid of APC and they kill them, that was a no-no. It doesn't make any sense. APC is a political party. We have those who are nice amongst them, and we have those who are really terrible amongst them, and they have brought us to where we are, just like the previous administration and the other political party as well. If we really want this country to progress, let's call it what it is. And he now said, let's have Peter Obi there. We have a lot of good people, just like Peter Obi. But the Nigeria as it is now, the status quo, is not meant for people like him. And that is why Nigerians, with our common sense and other things, that is if we believe our problem is not spiritual, because your GO said sometimes ago, I said sometimes ago, how many days ago, that Nigerian problem is spiritual, and everybody will say hallelujah. You understand? This issue of bigotry is a national issue, and it's a big deal. Just like the lady who spoke, I can't really remember her name. She said she's not in Nigeria. She's an Igbo woman, but she was brought and bred up in Lagos State. If the leadership itself cannot do something about it, I speak to you, everybody, we are going nowhere. In 2024, we are talking about where somebody comes from, what language you speak. Without that, you can't have a political office. You understand? And people spewing nonsense about other people's tribe, they are not being dealt with. Most especially leaders at the top. You understand? I'm not here to call any tribe out, because I know the one my own tribe have done, and I know the one other tribes have done. You get, but the leadership itself is doing nothing about it. That is the most painful thing. And that lady she really spoke my mind. You understand? I wish I could just interrupt her, but I couldn't because she was making sense. And please, if anybody knows her name, please say her name. I need to follow her. She was making sense. You understand? And it really hurts me in 2024. What are we saying for ethnic sake? And people are hungry. People are hungry. Forget that a lot of us can still buy data. People cannot feed 2 times a day now. Egg is 250, 300, bro. As to me, I used to buy 700, 1,000. Now it's 7,000 or so. So where are we headed to? You get? These people are using this thing for their own formula. At the end of the day, is what? It's power. You get? Fine. Anybody with common sense will not support what Amaka did. But the minister of diaspora, or whatever it is called, the speed at which she worked with it, what had she done in the past with other people as well? Even if she was trying to be genuine, there is no sincerity in what she did. It's just common sense. Let's apply our common sense. You understand? What Abike Dabiri did was guessing, very sweet, fine. What had she done in the past? That should be a question. Every common sense human being who has the love of woman, leave your tribe, leave your religion, because I believe whatever you Christian or Muslim you call yourself, because I believe you are the people in the world that think your religion is the best, and that's nonsense. You get? Put that aside. We are first of all human beings first. What had Abike Dabiri done in the past? Because this is not the first woman that has spoken something like this, something of this. And I remember vividly when you held this a space in regards to something like this, in regards to that issue itself. Meta said there's a cause and effect. What triggered that woman? We only carved out people with their nefarious intentions, carved out what she said, and they blew it up. And I was really disappointed when I saw it on Arise TV, and that was the only part that was played. And fine, it was condemned, but they didn't speak anything. How did it get to that place? Then what do we call investigation? Are we stupid? You understand? Are we that daft? So the media itself should be held accountable for a lot of things they speak out there. You get? So it was somebody that even triggered her to even say they want to kill the Igbo. So what are we now saying? They are Abike Dabiri right now. Let them spread the tape because we need it as well. You understand? So that you will write another letter. Because I have never seen that kind of speed in my life. You get? We know all of this narrative. You get? But the leadership, there's a man called Kelechi Deka. I follow him on Facebook. He said leadership is everything. Everything is connected to everything. So long as you can have people in power spewing bigotry and nothing is done, we are headed nowhere now. We are headed nowhere. We will keep using that formula, and I don't know when it will stop. You understand? Because this is 2024. The only thing I'm really happy about is I think maybe a lot of Gen Z who don't really appreciate the culture of the old. Not everything, no. The culture of the old, where you think you can just respect an elder because of their age. No, it doesn't make any sense. I'm not Gen Z, but I appreciate that effort. I can hardly abuse an elderly person. I try to do it, but you need to show me how commonsensical, because we know fools too get old. You understand? And you can't use that to abuse a lot of people who are trying to make something meaningful in their life. You get? So what I'm trying to say is that I have brothers who are they are pure Yoruba. I'm bloody Yoruba. My mother, father. I'm not linked to any other tribe, even though I have cousins who are Igbo and Edo, whatsoever. So what I'm trying to say is, I make sure that I instill to them, no tribe is bigger than anyone. Are you crazy? No tribe is better. Respect everybody's culture. It's as simple as that. That is how nature. That is how it is meant to be. We know people, we have their own agenda. Fine. You get. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that if we keep supporting one person, either with sentiment or whatsoever, we are headed nowhere. And that is what Abike Dabiri has done, because she has not held her position to the highest esteem. That was very foolish and nonsensical of her. What she did was fine. What had she done in the past? Everybody have your history now. Even though this is my 5th account on Facebook, on Twitter, I don't know what has been happening to my account. You get, and that is why it was very easy for Jimmy to dig out what the other guy had posted. You were making posts countless of times about a particular person from an ethnic tribe. But what have you done in the past? Go and look at what I wrote about the Oba of Lagos. People were saying, Ele Oshomo Yoba. I said, what nonsense are you saying? Who will say that against another person's tribe? And that is why I hate Donald Trump. I will say it anywhere. Because he's bringing divisiveness to the American people. So what is happening now? Our National Assembly, they will now use this against us. This is what they will be discussing. When people are hungry, when people cannot take care of the simplest things. I mean, people are hungry, and we are talking of bigotry. They need people. A lot of people who started this thing, it will not be well with them. But it's funny. I'm abusing. I'm sorry. Because it will not work. The abuse will not work. Those with their agenda and money will surely move forward. It's now left for we, the Nigerian people, in our diversity. We will love ourselves. We'll come together and deal with this evil called bigotry. Thank you very much. I hit the mic for now.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. It should be ninth man. Ninth man, are you there?
Okay. Can another person have the mic? I'm a little busy now, so I don't waste time.
Okay, your hand it up. I did indicate. So over to you again. Okay. Can you hear me? That'll be the next question now. Fakaya, are you there? Sorry, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
I don't know.
audible.
Fakaya, are you there?
You know, say Faka, you go take extra 5 minutes to press.
You can't wait to send you.
In don't finish in research.
Him in DM. Yeah, in his DM. Don't fall our hand. Don't fall our hand.
For the clan, what you go talk, they give a point. Guys,
Now they don't feed them up.
Request the mic and speak. The first news that they allow everybody, speak. Can I make even Jimmy come out from co-host? So I'm not go fear or something, So guys, the send factor you're gonna come. Let us have this discussion once and for all. I beg. Okay, look here from Obinna. Obinna,
Yeah, good evening. I'm happy to be here. I just wanted to mention a few things. I'll be a bit biased because I'm Igbo, and I will always be biased towards my own people. I wanted to give us a background of. I heard when William spoke, and he actually said my mind on most of the things he said. But I wanted to give a background on this bigotry issue and how, if we look back at how it started. Now, if you look at Igbo people, there's something about Igbo people, especially after the Civil War. We go out, we do business. We actually go out. An Igbo man is naturally competitive. His brother builds a house, he wants to build one. His brother buys a car, he wants to buy a car.
are you saying that after the war, Igbos started living?
No, we've been like that since then.
Oh.
Before the war. But after the war, most of us started going out more, try to regain what we've lost. So Igbo man goes into a place. He starts off a business. We have that eye to see opportunities before anyone else sees it. So he goes in, tries to set up a business, does well, gets somebody else to come and serve him, settles the person, and so on. They start multiplying. He's living in a house. He pays rent once, pays rent twice. He doesn't want to continue paying rent. So he tries to get his own place. He looks for his own place because he's looking at it like, I can't continue giving this landlord this amount of money every year. He starts looking for land to build house. He sees a place somewhere. He goes there. He buys that land. He comes back. He tells his brothers or his neighbors around the shop, there's a land I saw somewhere around here. It's quite cheap. Then they rush to that place. They start buying, and before you know it, Igbo people are dominating around that area. So they keep moving ahead. It happens everywhere, not just in Nigeria, everywhere, even abroad, it happens. Now, the problem here is if you look at Igbo people and Yoruba people and Hausa people as well, there are more Igbo people living in the north than in the southwest. If you around the early 2000s, when people were still traveling with luxurious buses, if you look at Lokoja then, from 20th, there was no road. Long then, we used to travel. I used to travel from Sokoto back to the east then. You could spend the night there because there was usually a very long list of luxurious buses, people traveling home. And there were still a lot that didn't travel. But you hardly see Igbo people and Hausa people fighting. Especially after the war, you hardly what they have in the north is usually religious issues, not a tribal issue. The north has no problem with because our lifestyles are different. They usually don't bother about how we live our lives. The lifestyle is different. As long as you respect their religion, they have no problems with you. Now, when you come down to the southwest, the problem there is we're a bit similar. Just the same way a Yoruba person wants to go out and have a good time, Igbo people enjoy their lives a lot. The difference there is an Igbo man comes in, gets other people, and they start growing. Their businesses are growing. He sits down, learns the language, because there are more Igbo people in Nigeria speaking other languages than there are other people from other tribes speaking Igbo language. There are more Igbo people speaking Hausa, more Igbo people speaking Yoruba. They come down, sit down, mix with you, learn your language. Then they come in and do business. Now, the problem here comes in when they come in, the Yoruba person expects that Igbo person that comes into their town to sit in one place and not mix up, sit down in one place and answer yes, sir. But Igbo man is not built like that. We are very proud. So you see them as too proud. They are trying to dominate or they are trying to take over the place. That's actually the background to this sentiment. Now, when the NSAS thing happened, there have been issues of this Tinubu coming up with these bigotry issues even before then. But when NSAS happened, everybody is suffering. It was like people were just suffering and they decided to take it out on the political leaders, attacked his businesses. He felt he was losing face. And that was why they came up with this issue of Igbo people that are attacking Lagos. Igbo people are the ones that burnt that attacks the Oba's palace. It's Igbo people that are burning BRT buses. But we all saw these things on video. We all saw what happened. But he needed to give their people a common enemy to attack. He needed to give them something to hold on to and say, look at our enemy. This is why you need to stand behind me so that we will not allow these people to dominate. And it has continued up till this moment. The whole thing, because the only way they can get the people to stand behind him is give them someone else for them to attack. And they keep sponsoring these guys online to keep coming up with these issues. The idea of this government is just to make sure that there is nothing else that is to be discussed that can create some sort of unity among the youths, because they were scared when everyone was standing behind Peter Obi before the elections. There is nothing that can unite the youths to do what happened during NSAS. Give them a reason to keep fighting among themselves while we continue doing what we are doing. So I feel as long as we keep allowing them to do these things, because normally all these fights are just on social media. You if you go to any market today, the other time I was back in Nigeria, I was in Owerri. I entered the market, went to visit somebody. I called her. She said she was not around. But if I get to her shop, that there was the outside guy that sells in front of her shop. That he's the one looking after her shop. She's Igbo. He's looking after her shop for her. I got there. I sat down with the outside guy. We sat down. We were discussing till she came in. He said whenever she goes out, he's the one that helps her look after her shop. He sells beans just in front of her shop. So the thing is, you see people mixing up. You see Igbo people mixing up with Yoruba. Most of my colleagues are Yoruba. Most times I invite them to my house. We have barbecues. We sit down. We gist. We have parties. If that we're going out on weekends, that we are going out, they come pick me and so on. But when you come to social media, you feel like if an Igbo man sees a Yoruba man on the road, he will come out with a stick and hit that person, or we shoot the person. We should not be distracted on what is actually going on in our country, what the government is doing. Most times, I just don't want to pay attention to these things, but it just hurts me that it's the only thing we talk about these days. And as long as we keep talking about these things, we won't make any headway. We'll just keep fighting among ourselves, keep fighting each other while these people keep doing what they're doing. Sorry, I yield the mic.
Thank you so much for this laptop safe. Is Faka still there? It's not.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can I come in?
Okay, you may.
Last speaker, a question.
Imperfect. Can you hear me?
It's Faka.
Okay. You said something. You said that like some people were sending me DM. Were you actually joking, or you actually meant it?
The mic, Sam.
You said?
Sorry. Come again, please. The word.
No, you said that somebody sent me DM. That was how I meant it. That was how I did it.
If they send you DM now, some other people has to be talk this one, stay that one. But I don't know.
Okay.
So I don't know. Do you know? You said Kanu said something. I was asking you.
No. We have no. Sorry, let me address that first.
Okay.
Because you said, like, do you actually mean it, or you were just joking?
No, that's a joke. Not only be issue. Everything is possible. They might be sending you. It could be true. It could be lie. It could be joke. It could also be fact. But not the issue. Back to my question. Which is
No. It is not. No. It is an issue, because that is the mentality some of you have towards others. No, sorry. The same thing you have towards this woman, Abike Dabiri, because you thought she made that tweet because the person involved is an Igbo person. That is the mentality. Because I came here to speak now. I did not have conversation with anybody. I'm not in DM with anybody. In fact, I even screenshot. I sent you a screenshot now. But because of certain mentality, some people thought probably what I'm saying here. Some people were giving me information, and it's a big issue.
Okay, no, could skip that Nnamdi Kanu part.
Fakaye, no verse, I beg. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry.
Fakaye, no verse. That's just a joke. Everybody was even laughing when they were saying, "I understand you. I understand you."
Guys.
It's a mentality. It's a
okay.
mentality.
It's okay, guys.
Please.
Fakaye, no verse. Imperfect. Go ahead with your question. Perfect.
No verse.
Fakaye, no verse.
Go ahead. I will say repeat it in front. In fact, that one of the issue. She did what she did deliberately. I repeat, that woman did what she did. Record.
Imperfect. Can I take over from here? The story don't too plenty. I take over from here. Okay, go the timeline.
Rookie. You know I don't interrupt you. I'm very sorry. Can I ask Fakaye a question, please?
Hold on.
1 minute. Okay, talk. Quiet. It's 1 minute. Okay, hold on. Fakaye, go timeline. Look the later when your auntie, right? 2019. Igbo people they do fraudster work on US, Abi. Official letterhead. Nigerians doing fraudster work on America. Not the last for Yoruba people. Do 2,000 marriage, 2,000 fake marriage for UK. We are later. They ask you, Fakaye. I said, look timeline there. Letterheaded paper. He writes. He put all the Igbo name. We are all spot later. Just which day they catch 4 people. UK. 2,000 fake marriage. They break world record. 2,000 fake marriage for UK. Where Abike Dabiri later. We are telling me.
Happened in Malaysia. She said this. Alan.
No, this one you don't deny this one. I say I keep quiet. They may talk on your belly fool. Now I don't pin you for grand. Official later. You do for the timeline. Later headed. Yeah, later for the 4 Yoruba where they cash for UK with a 2,000 fake marriage. Answer the question. Where the later? Unmute your mic. Answer the question. Are they wait for you? Where the later when he write for the 4 Yoruba people? You are telling me.
Okay,
she not go work.
Now, there was a video they said that it was paid or something.
Hold on, Fakaye, I hear you well. You
No.
Later, pin the letter.
I'm looking at the letter you are saying. No, got the point. Can you hear me?
And now they get any. You say that they accuse Abike Dabiri. Read that later.
You guys are going too far. Just ask him a simple question: is Abike Dabiri a bigot or not? If the lady,
he said that they accuse the woman.
If that Amaka lady were to be a Yoruba that made that comment against the Igbos, would Abike Dabiri have reacted? Simple.
Make it tell us who will be the fraudster for UK. Make it tell us. UK government cash 4 of them 2,000 marriage. Now all the Nigerians are going to look at their marriage. All the you don't know the meaning of what that mean now. Any Nigerian welcome with family.
Please, Biruki, do you have the name of the 4?
No. Don't abeg. No.
Guys,
no. Hey, no.
I think by now we are leaving this topic to another thing. I think by now we're leaving this topic to another thing.
Hold on. I beg Jimmy.
Guys,
just ignore those things.
Hold on. Imperfect. No fight. When Igbo person does something, then go put them for head. They will label it. Before Biruki came up to ask this question, the last space you had, I mentioned it. I said when they killed people in Malaysia, that happens to be Igbos that were into drugs. Abike Dabiri came out and she was saying, yeah, well, they have rules and regulations, they have laws, so why go to their country to do crime? Why go to their country to do drugs? Okay, fine, no wala. When they beheaded a Yoruba woman for carrying drugs in Saudi Arabia, she was all over the place, saying this is unfair. They've applied for clemency. They've done this. They've done that. It is unfair. This is unprecedented. They beheaded the poor woman. They didn't give her the chance. They requested for life imprisonment. Imperfect. I'm a Yoruba person. If my people are doing wrong, I will call them the fuck out. But you see this narrative that it's only one tribe that is doing it. That is the genesis of what Harry is doing now. They call my DM. Tell Harry to stop. For where?
Jimmy, sorry for interrupting you. There was something you said the other time.
And that is,
I'm feeling scared already
Jimmy,
because no, wait, let me
and
say
that
something.
is what, and
Wait,
that is
wait,
what
wait,
you are
wait, wait.
doing
The last
right
speaker.
now.
Sam, see, Sam and Fakaye on mic. I don't know that on a different same code when they speak. Sam, please. Jimmy was speaking. Exactly what Will he said earlier on. All this while they've been asking me not to talk about it. But I'm a bigot. I'm following it. I support exactly what Will he talk. If I'm going to talk that now, the same way, then the same person so they support all these things. That's why
Thank you very much.
Quiet all this while. I just kept quiet.
Thank you very much. Now why have you not even
got involved in this? Now I'm going to say, kind nonsense this.
And when she got involved, people attacked her. Remember what she said? She said she only deals with diaspora
and today,
diaspora issues.
About what happened in Ikorodu that was staged.
Bam.
Like
so Fakeye ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí, it's a matter of bí kòkó bá ń ṣe iṣu ẹnìkankan kì í gbọ́, tó dó bá wá ń gúnyán ariwo máa wá ta. When they were doing theirs, people didn't know. People were not paying close attention. They've been getting away with it for a very long time. But when the retaliation started popping in, that is when they now realize this is getting out of hand. Your situation is just like South Africa when they started ordering Uber in Nigeria, and Nigeria fired back. They say, you don't do. That is exactly what is going on right now. That is the best way.
Aware that even Jimmy, even the Miss Universe in Nigeria, some people, and if I call the tribe now, it could be like say this calling South Africans to vote for somebody from other states just for cheating.
I was shocked when I read the headline. It was shocking.
Are you aware that we were asking South Africans to be voting for somebody from
another country?
Now, look at the person now that they want to send to represent Nigeria.
Nigeria.
God forgive me.
And to buttress. But what for the part? Chidima last name. Na Yoruba now.
Additional, they just added T to it to make it international.
That's her. She's her ex-husband. Her ex-husband is Ishikiri. That's her ex-husband's name.
Oh yeah, so that explains it. Yes. That explains the T that is.
Onwe is her Igbo name. Onwe.
Jimmy, please. There was something you said. Hello, Jimmy, can you hear me?
Sam. Yeah, go ahead, Sam.
Let me just say this, please. There was something you said when you were speaking, and I was very scared. I forgot to say it. You said the way this thing is going, it will consume us, and there will be a time when people will start asking. You get that thing Harry is posting. It's very scary, but it's good. You get it's very scary. But it's good. See, See, it's very scary. I've sat on now. Wait, let me speak. There was something you said that I didn't remember when I was speaking because I was really angry. You said there will be a time when people start asking, have you killed somebody? You get?
As anyone in your family
I was very touched when you said that because that was no joke. That was very expensive. But the truth needs to be said. Or do you condone something like that? You get? Because it's very scary. You get? When you're they are selling somebody's hand, somebody's leg. Where? And you think it's a normalcy. Like it's very scary. And not catching these people, only going after their foot soldiers. We will never solve anything till the end of time. And it's a very big question. You get? Do you know somebody who has killed somebody who has done something like this before? That is where we are headed to. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's come back. Fakaye, you said something about Nnamdi Kanu said something, right?
Yes. We are not leaving that. We will never leave that question.
Hold on. So
Okay, yes, yes. Now, this is why I said so.
Wait. Which year was that?
He doesn't know that we go die here.
Which year?
We go die on this question. No.
When was that? Which year?
Power outage. Power outage.
Chuka, it didn't help when this.
Okay, yeah.
Can I come?
Come in here. Hold on now. You just spoke. Let me hear from you speakers. I beg. Okay, are you there? You can't get this answer on YouTube or Google. I'm not Google. Okay, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Which
I'm
year?
just hearing now.
Yes, which year was that?
Go to your question.
Is that?
I was not hearing since. I'm just here. I started hearing you now.
So when did Nnamdi Kanu talk, and which year was that? What year was that?
Another power outage.
No, see, Fakaye, if it's going to take you 5 hours, that question, we have to hear it today. We'll have time.
I can't
You
hear
need
you.
to. Yeah, you no worry. You will hear.
We did Labor Day weekend. We did Labor Day weekend for America. We get time.
Fakaye, don't worry. Take your time. Do you need more? Do you need extra time?
Let us move on, please. We'll come back to him.
Now 3-day weekend. We get time. Forget.
Fakaye, are you there? Oh, you muted. Unmute and speak. Are you there?
You can't hear us. I don't.
Cricket.
No. This is not gonna happen. No, Imperfect and I bet don't drop Fakaye. It's a special guest.
Nobody.
Oh, okay. So we need to hear that question. I'm desperately.
Whenever he comes back, he will explain.
I'm desperately eager to hear that question.
Please, EHETZ. After you be Ricky Ben.
And no, Imperfect. You know the thing that make me angry when Nnamdi Kanu was doing this thing. They will say, "Oh, see what Nnamdi Kanu says, see what Samuel Ekpa says," but they will never see what Imperfect said against Samuel Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. They will never list all the Igbos that were telling Nnamdi Kanu to stop. They will. That's the thing. God damn it!
Do you know? God of mercy, these guys, man.
They will never post that us stoning Ikweremadu. They will never post it. It's like, what is this now?
I beg, my brother, no shout put. I beg this.
Now go pop a blood vessel for your head.
I have given up.
Go to the hospital where you did.
For like how many months I just do my own thing. This woman just come outside with this her nonsense.
You want to launch sneak attack like Boko Haram.
Yes,
So
greetings, everyone. And sorry to jump in. Yes, I've been listening to the conversation, and it's very unfortunate that that guy couldn't answer that question. That's because you hit it in his conscience. Some of these guys, they know the truth, but they just want to come here just for the sake of getting recognized and talking rubbish. Obviously, they know exactly what the truth is. But for me, there's no peace for the wicked, which I believe is one thing every one of us here that knows exactly what these guys are up to and what they are doing, that they don't deserve to rest it, to have peace of mind, even while they are alive and when they are dead. So we did something on February 25th, which I believe almost everyone here participated in that thing we did, which was we swearing for Mahmoud Yakubu for everything he did in 2023. So I wouldn't want the situation whereby next year, February, we don't repeat that thing we did in February. It shows inconsistency. So for me, I really want us to continue on that that consistency by making it a national cause day. February 25th, Mahmoud Yakubu will swear for him just like we did. Then September 6th, which was the day the judge, Ariwola and the rest of them, they confirmed Tinubu, and that was the day democracy died in Nigeria. So while they celebrate Democracy Day on June 12th, I would really want us to make September 6th a national cause day for us to cause and swear in our different dialects those judiciary judges. So I posted a picture, a flyer that I designed with my team on the chat session. I encourage everybody to repost and also participate on that day. Just by wherever you are on your mobile phone, swear for these people in your diet, like whatever cost you want to lay on them, swear for them. The same people that dressed in different traditional attires do the same thing. I'm very sure even if as he retires now, he will, for the fact that he knows that every year Nigeria will always swear for him. Eh? That guy's going to die of heart attack. In as much as you think they don't, their heart, their conscience are dead, it's going to strike him the same way it struck this fucking guy that he couldn't answer question because he knows the truth. So please, I encourage everyone to participate while we work hard to make sure that we remove the top. Because if we have a good presidency, all of this bigotry, they will put laws that will actually put these guys in check, which is hate speech over here. And that's why you don't see people going out insulting other tribes, Indians, Pakistan, all of that. You go in for it. So these people, they can't put those kind of laws in place. So that's why we have to continue to fight to remove the Tinubu from power in, prior 2027. But from now to that time, we continue to give them heat so that they will never have peace of mind. Thank you, guys. I yield the mic.
So I just have to come in. Imperfect, please. You have to give me this space. You called me out and I say I'm a little bit.
Sorry, have you given your
Huh?
submission earlier on? You already gave
Yeah?
your submission, right?
I didn't say anything. I say I was a little bit busy, so that someone should
Are you free
go
now?
in. Yeah.
Okay,
My
go.
own take in all these things is that I've heard a lot of people, starting from the lady that spoke first. These issues of bigotry and all this thing is just a political agenda. That's just the simple difference. That is just the simple difference. I hope that everybody here is just here for the purpose of a good Nigeria. I don't think that anybody who comes here is just here to start bantering with which tribe do this one pass, which tribe no do this one pass. My own is that we that have the social media space, we that come out, please, we have to re-educating our people. Some people did not understand what is going on. Some people are just seeing it as tribal something. Some people did not know that a journey of 2027 to mobilize to still keep us in this suffering. This is the step of it. This is the step of it. I said it earlier last year when Edo people sounded that Edo is not Lagos. I said that APC government can never take this word serious, and they have achieved. They are on it. Until they install an APC person in Edo State, then would they now clear Edo State people that this whole insulting of Oba, Igbo doing this, Igbo doing that, and all these things is just their agenda. See, no matter what you want to do, the government is above you. They know more than you. They know how to manipulate you. All these things we might be fighting now, they have programmed it, waiting for the time. The election came, we are fighting, let's go to court. They were the people that told us, go to the courts. Who expected that the court will play us like this? Nobody. They just play it and won the card. Now go and talk. Nobody. All these things are their agenda. Please, can we ourselves, the Igbos, go to your tribe and let your people know that this is a political agenda? The Hausas, go to your tribe and let the Hausa people know that this is a political agenda. The Yorubas, please, all this rubbish. See, I was coming back one day at Ladipo, and one rider like that had an accident, and every tribe was there assisting to their fellow Nigerian to make sure that the life was not lost. And the cabman that I was with, I now asked the cabman, how many tribes do you think are here? He told me everybody, definitely Igbo outside they here. I can't tell and say, how many religion do you think are here? He told me everyone is here looking at everything. And the man is not on a good state. I now ask him, shey you see everybody where they here, they try and make the help life of their fellow Nigerian, which this person might not have anything to do with them by family or by bloodline. He say yes. And I ask him, can you imagine if this is a political event or this have to do with election? Do you think that this speaks communalism and trying to show sympathy of a fellow Nigerian will be there? The man just looked at me and couldn't say something till we reached to my two. See, let me tell you, no matter what you want to hear or what you want to do, APC, if they lose this 2027, all of them are going to suffer for what has happened in Nigeria right from 90s. So they are doing everything very possible not to get out of power, because this is just their last chance. And we cannot allow them. Only thing they have is this tribalism. This is their only power. And if we can take this thing out of them, Nigeria will have a good face within 4 years. We will not be here bantering with each other. Ask everybody who is doing tribalism, has they have any personal one-on-one issue with any other tribe? They can never give you an answer. Most of us are working. See, let me tell you, the first million I made is from Yoruba man. I'm an Igbo person. The first million I make is from Yoruba man, from Osun State. I'm telling you, I've lived with Yoruba people. I don't see, every tribe has their own problem, has their own issue. Come to Igbo land, we have our own issue. All these things has nothing to do. Okay, come today, you are going to the work, you will see. Now ask yourself this simple question. Is only the politicians who own fuel station has fuel in this Lagos? What does that impact in your brain? What does that put in your brain? And everybody has said, Nigerian is there, queuing. So you go there, they will kick you out. They will say, you cannot use jerrycan to buy. You cannot do this one. Honestly, when can we live above this nonsense? The world is laughing at us and working with foreigners, and the way they see us, the way foreigners see us, they are seeing us as mumu people. Igbo people, they talk, say, it means somebody, his house is on fire and the person is busy chasing rats. I don't know what else to say, because if I have to be saying something, I will speak more and more and more. But let me just hang on the mic here so that another person will talk.
All right, thank you so much. Wonderful submission. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, Biruki, we could hear from you.
You
Yeah,
hear
we
me?
can hear you now.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. The reason why I won't jump in earlier was this. Because people are trying to defend. And I like people to just use rope, hang themselves, give them stool for them to stand on top. I will slam them, they remove the stool again. That's why I brought up that later. Somebody in charge of Nigerians outside Nigeria, you use letter-headed paper. You are even talking about fraud. Everybody can read that letter. He said 80 Nigerians. But out of that 80, now who they pick? Obi-Wan, OKK, Obi, out of 80. It's not a mistake. They have now made us official members of NCAN, NCAN, Name Checkers Association of Nigeria. Now we are not checking names, but we don't say anything, we check names. Now they confided about 4 Nigerians involved in marriage fraud in the UK. Just to submit that document at the consulate, that's 2 years in prison. You submitted that document, 2 years in prison if you dare to submit, minimum. With a beg, because of God, sorry for me, 2 years in prison. You to submit that document.
Biruki, do you have
now the
a
cash
link
for
to that to the news? Okay,
I don't think
okay. Thank you.
Mono said, oh, it they go A-wire. I pin link from Pulse Ghana, not even in Nigeria link. It's already on Sky News. It was breaking news on Sky News for several days now. All over Europe, that is just scatter all over Europe. But many people don't know the meaning of this. And let me break. That's why I said, let me break it down for you. Now, from 9 henceforth now, anybody marrying either abroad or Nigeria, a Nigerian submit document marriage. The whole Europe, they do on high alert, waiting for you to submit it. Your file, look for corner. Look your file during weekend or public holiday. They will use microscope, telescope, gyroscope to look at every certificate now. If you can do that to UK, 2,000, only 4 people. What do you think will happen across the whole Europe? They have not even checked the other if they are even doing only UK. Because the assumption is if they can do for UK, that means they have other people working with them
Thank God
across
I'm
Europe.
from Oduduwa Republic, so nothing concern me.
I come from Republic of Niger Delta. Where I come from. If that woman know his job, what she should have been, not even what she should have been doing, sir. She if you don't send message to Olomo, tell your people for UK quietly, codedly. Any person when you say you do banjo marriage, make them contact them now, make them arrange new marriage certificate for Nigeria. Quietly, codedly.
Okay, I beg. No, just skip that part. I beg, skip that one first for now. And he gets another one again where they go expose very soon. You see that profession.
Finish. One I be like by school now.
That
You know,
profession
finish.
where they carry everybody to go that part. Now, the most that
Hold
that
on.
would
That will not bust small now.
Before Biruki read that one, I beg.
don't even
Mary.
say it. Don't even go that way. I beg.
That will not bust.
Jimmy, I beg no verse, I beg no verse. See, seriously, this is where Biruki they talk now. I don't dey reason this since. First of all, that Yoruba guy, sorry for using the Yoruba word, that guy for UK, we don't expose Nigerians, say Nigerians are coming to the UK, not to school, but to a place of Japa.
Is that excuse now?
That one, they grand. Country like Canada, make immigration. Canada is so easy. Canada, they very easy to go in, but they because of all those then to enter Canada now, even through school self, is hard. I don't know about anybody. If you check,
You say now you don't tighten the law now. Last week,
like for Nigerians now, Nigeria embassy. Imagine since COVID, American embassy in Nigeria just take advantage of that part alone to get appointment dates. You don't guarantee to give this out. Because of this one, when they happen, what Nigerians are doing to themselves in the name of hatred. Before 2027, if you see, say before, if you see visa, you go to Thanksgiving. Now, they say in a year, maybe now only 4 people feel they get visa to travel abroad. Because now, Nigeria will be a special project.
Get a point like
many
2 years
countries.
ahead now, or even if not.
Nigeria is a special project now to many countries.
You know the latest Canada.
The country is not good. The country is not working. Yeah,
Canada,
people they're making it hard for people every day. This country,
they
I
say
don't tell you. I don't time for Nigeria.
Biruki.
That's the moment they divide a bit.
This is 2025.
Biruki, what you just read out now, it's a huge disgrace to Nigeria as a country. 2000. I'm seeing it now. Imperfect. The 4 people that were mentioned, they are Yoruba people. I know the reason why I'm emphasizing imperfect. I beg, stop. Please, no, don't do this, please.
Imperfect, this is more important than tribal.
This is a national problem. I've been on a space where Yorubas were requesting for mic just to speak to South Africans, and they are telling them that Igbos are the problem of that country. So what are you telling me? This is an international space, for crying out loud. They're saying 2,000 marriage certificates in the UK. It wasn't done by Igbo people, for crying out loud. The names are here. So it's not a tribal thing. But Yorubas will go on South African spaces. They'll be telling them, we support you guys for what you are doing because you are protecting your country. Where there are problems to us too in our own country. What isn't that a madness?
Jimmy, can you hear me?
Hold on. I can hear you, but hold on. The four Nigerians were called out, were arrested. On a normal day, the news is meant to just die that way. 4 Nigerians, in and out. Simple. But now, we have to go and mention their tribes. Why? Because of the bigotry the Yoruba people started in Lagos. It is now spreading. Do you guys know what you've done so far? Because a lot of us don't keep quiet since. A lot of us, we've been keeping quiet. In fact, I've not seen what I've seen in this last election in my life before. You're telling them not to vote. Remember that one? When we say some certain amount of PVCs with certain names were found in bushes, in gutters, because you don't want them to vote. And after that, regardless, those people came out, they wanted to vote, and you're still threatening them. It was so bad that if you're light skinned, you're considered automatically an Igbo person. You guys were not paying attention because to you, it was just all about winning the election, winning the election, winning the election. So now that you've won, you've stolen it, it is difficult for you to govern. You can never govern the people you separated to win. So this thing has been going on systematically, and they keep doing it just to divide the people. And it's not even making any sense anymore. That was how they started now pushing the narrative. South Africans, they are xenophobic, right? And they don't want Nigerians in their country, period. But you guys now went on their spaces to distinguish yourself from Nigerians. Say, no, we Nigerians are not like that. Oh, that at that point in time, you're not absorbing the fact that we are Nigerians. You went there. You tossed the Igbo people under the bus. That they are the one doing the drugs. Even they are giving us problem in our own country, and people are coming out to show the world that it's not an Igbo thing. Let me explain how specific that was. An Hausa man went on Ari's space today after Ari has been posting different Yoruba names back to back. Hausa man said, "Thank God our people don't mind score." Now, so Ari whip that one too with Mala we carry head. Mala we carry. Ari tell and say, if you need more, I will post give you. And people were bombarding that one, saying, "You for just keep your mouth shut." It's not a tribal thing. That is the freaking thing we're trying to explain to you guys. It is a problem, but now you guys have now brought it out that now they will now start measuring. They will now start doing the measurements. Okay. How many heads they see where they carry for Southeast? How many heads they see where they carry for South? Now who get the highest number go? You guys don't understand what you're doing to yourselves. So if anybody has any proof that the Igbo started the bigotry, bring it out. Because I am telling you that the Yoruba started. And it started in Lagos. Not in Oyo, not in Ogun, not in Oshun. It started in Lagos. And who started it? Your freaking Tinubu guy. Because that's the tool he's been using to win elections. But this time around, he had to increase the volume on a national scale. That is the genesis of the problem. Go ahead, Fakeye.
Can you hear me? Sorry, my network. I have to come out now. Sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we they hear you.
Fakeye.
Okay.
Please quickly check your DM, I beg. Read what you see for that, I beg. Have you seen what I sent to you? Your DM, Fakeye, please. Yes.
I'm checking.
Have you seen?
Imperfect, please send him the video of that girl, that Ronke girl, talking nonsense on the South African space. Telling the people that the Igbos are the problem.
No, because
send it to him.
Okay, good. Fakeye, have you seen that even some people are even insulting me in my DM, saying that I should allow people to bash Yorubas, and I'm just blocking them. Have you seen it? So, guys, if you think so,
No, hold on.
Wait, hold on, please. Guys, I beg, nobody they fight anybody on this space. Igbos are not fighting Yorubas. Yorubas are not fighting Igbos. We are just here having a civil conversation. Jimmy knows Fakeye for years now. Me, the same. We know ourselves here. So all of you there in my DM saying that no. I don't do bad post. I am not insulting anybody. Nothing concern me. Wait. Fakeye, hold on. People in my DM so insulting me that why should I be defending? See, guys, nobody.
Okay, let him finish. He's setting the record straight. Let him finish.
They are insulting me. That Jimmy, let me forward it to you. Make it sound now yourself. I don't block like 3 or 4 persons already. Think that I should. Why am I blocking? See, guys, if I here to fight, leave the space. No vex. The Yorubas are not my problem. They are not the problem of the Igbos. Jimmy is not angry with Fakeye. He's not insulting him. Nobody's insulting anybody here. So please, If you guys want to do your bigotry or whatever, leave this space. We are here trying to like solve this issue amicably. I beg on now. Let nobody insult me again in my DM. I take a beg on now. You guys can use the timeline, do whatever things you want to do. We are here to proffer solution. I take a beg on now. Please, guys. Okay, go on.
Okay, perfect. Can you hear me?
We need to buy you a new phone. We need to. I have said this thing before. We need to open the whole APC way short.
No before, no before.
No, they're gonna buy
No
you a new
understand.
phone.
No before, no before. No before, no. I beg. Can you hear me? Imperfect.
Guy, you they ask question, can you hear me like 8 times? We don't they hear you since now. They answer question.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, now no, I just need to hear that. Can you feel that I will go on? Okay. This is what I have to say. And Jimmy, I appreciate what you are doing, but sometimes you go overboard. A particular lady, Ronke, made a statement. You said Yoruba. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, all of us.
Okay. Now, a particular lady made a statement. You said Yoruba, said Igbos are the one causing issue in the southeast. There are millions of Yorubas who do not know whether Ronke, who do not know about the existence of Ronke. But you want to push an agenda. And what you are doing is you are doing a great disservice to the Igbos, because you are trying to wild them up. Do not begin to attack Yoruba. And that is what you are doing. And by the time they begin to attack those Yorubas will begin to respond back. What I am seeing, or what I said earlier, is that whenever you see anybody causing, whether it is those in political position, whether they are influencers, or whether they are people on the street, those ones have certain agenda. Is that they want to win election, is that they are bigot or they have hatred. That does not represent a particular tribe. I did not come here to say that Igbos are attacking Yoruba, but you have come here and you say that Yorubas are attacking Igbos. That's why if you have certain issue with your tribe, don't let it make you to not be saying derogative things about your tribe. We have some people who are saying wrong things amidst Yoruba people. Those are the people that you talk about. No, I have seen. No, listen, hold on. I have seen. No, there is no difference between some of you. Hold on. There's no difference between some of you and Ronu guys. The Ronu guys have. They will post what Igbos are doing. They will not post what Yorubas are doing wrong to justify their own doings. None of you have talked about what some Igbos are doing on the TL. None of you. You've not mentioned any Igbos doing anything wrong in the past. There's this guy called Chief. When this guy owns space that spread bigotry, you have over 500 people on that particular space. Nnamdi Kanu made a particular threat on during that protest. I've seen clips of him insulting Yorubas. You guys will not come and attack Nnamdi Kanu, criticize Nnamdi Kanu. What I'm saying is that we have bigotry among the Yorubas, and we should condemn.
No. You say we've never criticized Nnamdi Kanu. Talker.
Chuka, please let him finish.
Sorry, I just begged. I'm sorry. I just the lies. It's too much.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will continue saying it because I know what I'm saying, because that particular statement of Nnamdi Kanu. The reason why I'm saying is that when it comes to hypocrisy, if we look deep, many people will be culpable, because nobody is clean. That is what I have done from the one. And we are saying all these things. It's just like religious preaching. Religious preaching is meant to be like a reminder for many of us. The person that is speaking is guilty. The person that is listening is also guilty. But when I see people who are pretending not to be guilty, I never said I'm guilty. That is the fact. But when I see people who are shifting blame towards a certain direction to justify their own wrongdoing, then I begin to worry. But if the intention is that let them continue, it does not affect me. If you say anything about Yoruba, it does not have any, it does not. And in fact, I have seen a lot of tweets against my religion Islam. In fact, I even get more angry I even get more insulted when you insult Islam than Yoruba. That is the fact. But if you insult Islam, it does not affect me. If you insult Muhammad, it does not affect me. I don't even take it to heart. But because I saw people who do it, they are the ones that have problems. Now, you talk here, you criticize Yoruba Rono, but you are doing exactly what Yoruba Ronos are doing because you are using few people. And you are using few people to generalize a whole tribe. And that is what exactly those guys are doing. Concerning APC or no APC, I said it, and I'll condemn it. What politicians do is that they whip up sentiment to win election. Everybody, Peter Obi did it in the last election.
Hey,
No,
so this is this is where hold on.
Peter Obi,
This
Hold on. So this
I
is
can't. I
where
can't
this is
take the
where
lies. I can't take the
yeah.
lies
So
anymore.
look, I can swallow I can swallow all the bull crap. But you see that one that you said Peter B went with the hold on. The one that you said Peter B went with the tribal. You have the proof?
Yes,
All right,
I have. Should I say
please
it?
go ahead.
Let me
Go
tell
ahead.
you. Okay, yes. Now this is it. I will on daily basis. When I talk about, I will condemn it from my side. I'll condemn from another side. I do not belong to any political party. I'll condemn all of them. There's a particular video when Peter Obi was
Wait,
giving a
excuse me.
particular message
Wait,
on
you said
WhatsApp.
you don't condemn, you don't belong to any.
Obi,
I can't breathe.
No, I said
My
that.
chest is the lie is too much. I can't breathe. I don't.
Don't
God.
worry. Just wind down.
Guys, wait.
No,
Wait
for
now.
me, I would like him to just round up,
Yes, I beg.
say
We
what
need
he's
to move
saying.
because it's taking
Let's
first time.
not
Yes.
get, just allow him talk.
We have a little bit.
Yeah. After Peter B,
No,
even he tell us
no,
about
wait.
Soda Party
Please.
candidate.
Hold on. You said you don't belong to any political party. And if you don't, since when, please let me know.
Yes, I said it.
Since when?
Now only vote, they vote for them. You not belong to them.
When did you leave APC?
Hold on. 2011, I supported Jonathan. That is the issue. You try to put everybody in one basket, and that is the issue we are having.
It's okay. Now, the last election, which candidate did you support?
I supported Tinubu.
Good. All right.
Ask him which candidate he supported in 2015 and 2019.
God bless you. God bless you.
See,
you support that?
Let me
go
talk
on.
now. 2011, and I do not need to say this. I don't know. I own whatever you think. In fact, even if I should explain, there is a particular mindset you guys have. That's why you are saying you guys. And I'm not even after that. I'm even saying you guys. 2011, I supported.
We didn't ask you about 2011, 2015, and 2019. Which candidate did you support? Simple.
He go dodge the question. You don't dodge every question.
Listen now. 2015, I supported Buhari. 2019, I did not vote because I did not vote any of Buhari because I did not have the intention of voting for either Buhari or Atiku 2019. But
then when you get a chance to vote the next time,
No, wait. Why did you not vote for Buhari or Atiku? Why did you not have the intention to vote for Buhari and Atiku?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Let's move on. It's not one-on-one.
Man, finish with how they talk now before me and Fakeye do that thing.
Fakeye, thank you very much. We'll come back to you, okay?
Now me they talk before.
Biruki,
No.
Fakeye, we'll come back. Serious,
No,
we'll come back.
let me round up on what Obi did.
Okay, round up, okay. Don't leave, don't round up and leave.
Obi, yes, I will not. In fact, I've even left my work. Sir.
Okay, good. I'll round up after you then, Biruki.
Peter Obi is just like other. This is what you do. You accuse others, but you do not want your own to be accused, and you know that your own has certain wrongdoing. There's a particular video that Obi was reading, particular video where Obi was reading a certain message from. He said he saw this on WhatsApp that if I should enter, that the reason why they don't want him to enter is because if Obi should enter, Obi will open up the economy and they will show, and the airport in Lagos will not be functioning very well. Just imagine the thinking.
That was an interview on Channel TV, right?
No, not interview. He videoed himself. It was not an interview.
They tell you what happened now for Channel TV. Now he show people. Now he show this what is this guy name? We get picture.
Not Channel.
I'm just telling you now. Now for there he showed them the WhatsApp message.
Fakeye,
I said Channel interview.
Fakeye.
Now he showed them that message.
My point is, was there a video that Bitobi saying that, or what exactly are you?
He they call video. That's Channel interview. I watched the interview live.
So where is the
the thing be said? The thing is that Fakeye is not even sure of the video. He said there's one video where he said he's not even sure where the video came from.
Okay, so what has that got to do with?
I watched the interview.
What has that got to do with
when he presents the message?
Okay,
he was sent a message on WhatsApp.
Jimmy, it won't. You will never see something that is wrong because
okay.
Equally, tell him to post
somebody.
Fakeye, thank you very much. You don't make your own point now. You're not even sure of the video. Like I said, don't leave, stay. We'll come back to you.
He should post the video to the Jungle Troll.
Don't worry. It doesn't have
Biruki, tell him to post the video. You are giving him evidence now.
Sam, thank you. Biruki, go ahead. Fakeye, go find the video.
As I was saying earlier on this issue,
my mental health.
I said, and like this issue of 2,000 marriages. I said, as chairman, Diaspora Commission, you know, Kosana na Amaka for Canada, na Kosana. And when they say 2,000 marriages, it means 4,000 Nigerians in the UK. 4,000 Nigerians not concerned as of rep. Now, one Amaka for Canada, not the more important. If Amaka say they won't keep people, they will reach 2,000 Nigerians for Canada. Even say they say they won't keep, you reach 2,000 Nigerians okay. They did not even bother to send anybody to go to the British High Commission to discuss with them. How can we sort out this issue quietly, peacefully? Call any place for Canada. May they tell you who will the highest number of fraud? Now Indians. They fake results, fake transcripts, even language exam. Now banjo language exam they do enter Canada. They don't even get university admission, they enter Canada. But they quietly code the matter. Now Pakistani, they fly plane with fake pilot certificates.
All their licenses.
But you don't go hear any story. Why? You don't say they rig exam.
You know,
they rig
from those ones.
Nigeria, they learn. When it comes to Oluwole, we they learn for these guys. They know who they go school. They have fake results. They go up. In this age, they use fake results. They go Canada. In this age, and you say we sabi do fake results.
Exam last year they caught almost.
They catch about 12 now. They catch them now. Quietly, their government they code the matter quietly. Nobody they go prison. Go look at them. Nobody they go prison. India, they're not going to deport them. They explain explanation. Government they back them. Nothing they happen. Now I said, they forget 2,000 marriages at stake. Even let's say okay, Memo will sacrifice them. At least Nigeria will plenty. Did they write any letter warning Nigerians in Nigeria? If you are leaving Nigeria, marriage certificate, take it to what NPC National Political Commission to confirm, or go to Foreign Affairs Commission. Confirm your certificate before you leave Nigeria, because we don't want to hear this story again. There was no letter written. You not consign them. Now, Maka, not be the problem. That's why I said this problem not be Yoruba issue, now national issue. Because people never understand now. In time to come, we will go see them very soon. The way they go to hit Nigeria, una go shock. Because for those that don't know who are, we might tell you now, Canada already received a visa allocation. All the regions they already cutting it already. They said it will start 2025, but let me tell you, it started last week. They said it will. IRGC said it will start next year, but they don't start last week. Not be every course right now. Not every course does give permanent stay. That's number one. Number two, they said in the past, if you use visitor visa to come to Canada, you can convert it to work permit. They have ended it already. It ought to start next year. It started last week. So if you know any person when wants to sell your property, say they go Canada, go find work permit, they go bounce you back. This is what Abigail should be doing. Now, Amaka,
That woman is useless.
All right, thank you so much. The last time I heard such megaphone was when Shagari was campaigning in the 80s. I beg, Sam, you could wait first, I beg. Jimmy, I beg, no laugh. Sam, I beg, hold on. We have a lady here, but before she goes, Fakaye, what's that? Now you're supposed to go beg, but Moko hear from a lady. Fakaye, are you aware that when Sudan get crisis, this woman was busy evacuating Nigerians in Sudan according to their state of origin? Are you aware? Is that how things are done?
Even those when they evacuate, forget they live for desert. They not pay the bus drivers. You don't forget.
The amount they paid to rescue them, somebody still ate the money in that commission. Are you aware that they want to deport?
They seize on their passports now.
They want to deport almost, I don't know, 70 Nigerians from Canada now. I think you're a student or something that can't get a job. Efforts they do now to make sure say those people negotiate with the government, say, I beg, these guys sold their properties. They tried to get like $25,000 or $50,000.
Indians are already protesting since last week now. All the Indians they protest.
Nigerian government don't care. They don't care.
Now, Maka will come knock for your door in the night. Open your door. Faka, you open your door. You carry poison, put for your food. You eat. Then go to the next Nigerian person. What job are you? Oh, yeah, okay.
Misplaced priority.
Making mockery of yourselves, for God's sake. There are too many important things to do, for God's sake. Can she make a rant now? Can she tell us the estimate amount of Nigerians in prisons in Europe? Is she aware that as at yesterday, they still say Nigerians in Libya are slaves in this 2024? What effort are they putting? What effort are they making to make sure that they bring those people back to Nigeria safely? Is she aware that many Nigerians are crossing the Mediterranean Sea to Europe every day? Can't she negotiate? Jesus Christ of Habakkuk.
It's not even a shame to them now. It's not a shame to them. So why would they care?
No. Beriki, you get some people who direct me on this platform. Jimmy, they tell me, they say some like some now so said then they get visa to Spain. I don't know how they want to take down and whether if they said then they try to enter this, they won't enter Europe. They could find one better country, either
Me not pass Poland though. They don't pass a lot for Poland for border. They use life bullets now. They shoot people.
Germany, Sweden, Denmark, and Holland. These 4 countries. You know why? Jimmy, they said instead of them to be deported, they'll commit crime. They'll make them go to prison for like another 20 years just to escape Nigeria. It is that bad. What are they doing about it? I beg you carry a good day high day today. After you come to Oster, beg no verse. Hope say this you given a woman. If na man, I could just block and back. Or Oster will just continue. You carry, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay, good evening to you.
Good evening, Imperfect. Thank you so much. Greetings, everybody. Thanks so much for everybody's submission. I've been listening and I decided to also contribute my voice as well. I'm especially appreciative to one of the speakers who talked so much about how the world is looking at Nigeria today. Whether anybody goes out there to say a specific region is the one creating problem or not, the world sees everybody as Nigerian. So those things have little or no impact as to the way they would treat Nigerians. Because once a negative impression has been created, it doesn't matter where we come from. And that's why I try as much as possible where I find myself today, not to even paint my country in a negative light. I try as much as possible to talk more about the positives of my country. It's about being patriotic, not minding where you come from or whatever is going on. This is something I particularly like about certain people who are on this call today. I've seen high level of patriotism, especially from the first few speakers I heard, who dwelled so much on the fact that the politicians are the problem. They're the ones creating this tribal divide, this bigotry. They're the ones fueling it. And I'm particularly proud of the fact that we have sensible people in my generation, people who know where the problem lies, people who understand those championing bigotry, people who understand that this is a distraction. So one of the things I would like to say or contribute to this is not just talking about the issue. Perhaps in the coming days or from now, we could start thinking about ways or strategies to address this issue. I mean, we've had our differences in times immemorial. It's been there, but it heightened following the 2023 elections, and I know many of us would agree with me on this. But this is where we find ourselves. Majority of young Nigerians are on the internet, and what we consume, we internalize, and gradually it becomes part of us. Chidi has done a lot. I think Harry, he's done a lot in trying to establish the fact that what you think is bad in this region affects every other region. So it's not just peculiar to one group. Fine. To a large extent, I think that has been established. But what's the way forward? Because the more we get distracted by bigotry, the higher the chances for 2027 to be hijacked. And this is not what we want. So is it time to start coming up with hashtags to say no to propaganda, or no, we won't get distracted? Because it's just like a situation where an adult puts a sweet in the midst of children. The children keep playing with the sweet, not knowing the adult is busy doing their own agenda. So they have cooked the soup of bigotry for us. We're busy feasting on it, attacking each other, and they're busy buying jets without consulting us. They're busy doing a lot of things without consulting us. They're busy financing bigotry to make sure we remain in this disagreement. So for the fact that we have woken up, or we have been aware that this is where our issues are coming from, perhaps the conversation or the narrative needs to start changing to say we know what you are doing and we're not falling for it. And if you check my timeline, you'll see how I address these issues. I saw somebody posted something like a very fine attire from one of our Western brothers. And I said, oh, Nigeria got class. Because due to this issue, I try to be sensitive and about where I come from. So what did I do? I said, Nigeria got class. Nigeria to the world. And guess what? People liked the comment, but one person, there's always that one person that comes under my comment to say, correct yourself, Yoruba got class. I never responded to that person. A similar thing happened too. There was another post from an Easterner, and I said, wow, Nigeria to the world again. Congratulations to this person. And another person comes under and say, correct yourself, IPOP got class. No, Biafra got class. And I said, what is it? This kind of people, you pay them no attention. Because for now, I see everybody as Nigerian. It's about being patriotic. So at this point in time, let us start to re-strategize. We know these issues, they are there. How do we overlook them and keep attacking these politicians who have decided to divide us? Say it to them, whatever you're doing, we need to be consulted. And we want you or we don't want you, but let us no longer get carried away by whatever they see. I just wanted to drop this submission, and I thank you all for this opportunity to lend my voice to this discussion. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nice one.
Imperfect. Chidima won the competition.
Chidima don't win. I just
Congratulations to Chidima.
Tomorrow will be bloody on Twitter. Nigeria, South Africa.
say tomorrow, just watch now. Person already come.
Everybody go there free tomorrow. War don't start.
Even this night, it will start. Just the watch. Anyway, Yukivia, thank you so much. Can I ask you a question? For the past 1 year, what should we be proud of Nigeria?
Honestly, only thing right now I can say I'm proud of are the resilient young people who pray for a better Nigeria. Not about the economy, not about the governance system.
Okay.
It's about the individuals who want to see things work. And they continue to be the same people who tend to fuel the energy I have even speaking with you right now. I stayed back in Nigeria just to exercise my franchise, to vote for the 2023 elections. Even if at the end of the day, Wike did what he did in River State, I know it's not going to be the end, because we remain resilient to see a better Nigeria, and I'm not giving up anytime soon.
Okay.
So that has been my driving force, and that's one thing I'm proud about. The people I hear on this call, those I see online tweeting, these are the people I'm proud of. Not about the country, not about the governance, but I would do no such thing to paint my country black before Westerners, because Nigeria, they say, who selling brother, even the buyer, not go trust that.
That's true.
So you dare not paint anybody in your country black, because guess what? They don't know those people. Everybody's going to forget you said Yoruba or Igbo, but they will never forget Nigeria, West Africa. So we need to be careful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's quite shameful that over 200 million people in Nigeria, we couldn't win bronze in the last Olympics. No bronze, even silver, not even one medal. We couldn't even. Mrs. Abeg, over to you.
Yes, so thank you. Imperfect.
If no head is ruling in the Ministry of Sport till now, no head is ruling despite the money that was spent. Imperfect.
Sorry, can I go on? I think the guy.
You can go.
Imperfect. Can I? Yes. Okay. Hello everyone. Evening. I think Jimmy. I know Jimmy mentioned a couple of things. As an Igbo boy, I've seen all these things going on social media, and I like I've said in the past, these guys are non-entities. These guys are, some of them cannot even eat. And I remember I mentioned, Jimmy said, yes, he's a Yoruba. Yeah, and I said, Jimmy is right. Jimmy is right. And as an Igbo boy, I always say the truth. There's also some Igbo people who are part of it too. I think there's one guy, I can't remember, his name is Chukusot, he's a Muslim. He's a member of APC. That's why I said this is not a Yoruba thing. It's an APC agenda.
You mean that,
yes,
that guy would
that's Chuku guy that's a Muslim. He even says even more evil things against his own people.
His village now. The potential so we will marry in
beautiful. Yes, but I know Jimmy Jimmy is upset about what's yes, there is what I'm saying is that yes, there's some Yorubas, there it's just like there are Igbos and other tribes who have this inherent bigotry, but when you now give them that space and opportunity, they now bring out that best of that bigotry in them. So it was an APC agenda to defranchise P2B for 2027, whereby you're now trying to say to create that division between the Yorubas and the Igbos and the Benis, who are members of the obedient movement. That is the whole agenda. It's a common logic. You just look at it. It's a blueprint. So that when the election comes up, there will be some kind of division within the party. That's what it is. So those guys, those Yorubas or those guys from the Southwest who are members of APC, they had it was a suppressed thing, has now been given the opportunity. And Abike, who is also like what some people have rightly said here, she's like a mother. This is a woman I grew up with, watching on NTA. And I'm really shocked. So what it means is that bigotry was inside her. But at that time, there was no opportunity for the thing to become dormant in her. Some of these things are like you have that's why you see someone like Jimmy, whether somebody is whether his brother is there or is not there, he has that class.
He has the class. It's in his blood. He's a classy guy. So, but that's why I say those Southwest people that are doing it, including with some Igbo people, these people they can't shine the shoe of Jimmy and us. Imperfect. They can't shine the shoe. If you see them, some of them will end up being security guards. If this country does a 360 turnaround, all these people that are in government cannot be your security guard. It's impossible. They're not educated people. It's just because the country is already very the opportunity of the country is not there for people who are doing well to strive. So it's the worst of the people who are governing us. That's what I want to clear here. So Jimmy, I know you're upset, but let's just put it. It's an APC agenda. After 2027, if this thing works out, so the thing now we need to do is to educate our people and tell them that even if you go to the Southwest now, people are not eating. I think fuel now is about 1,000 naira a liter. Bread, a loaf of bread now is 1,800 or 1,900. Will you go to the Southwest and be telling the lady that they will give the impression Igbos are doing this, they are alive people, they cut heads, so there's a competition between Yoruba. But at the same time, because these people don't, if you ask all of these people who are doing these things, they've never traveled out of the country, never. So it's affecting the classy Yoruba people who travel weekly, monthly, yearly, because it is also affecting them. But these people doing this thing are not sitting down in one thatcher. They just bought 2,000 naira data. They stay under one place doing all these things. So this is an APC agenda, and it's being led by Abike. That's it. So Jimmy, don't be upset. It's an APC agenda. Yoruba people are classy people, and these people doing this thing are non-entities. They are non-entities. Just put it that way. So over to you, Imperfect. So I have no problem. This is an APC agenda. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I disagree with you. I'm just sorry for interjecting. I disagree with the last speaker, Nubes.
So what do you disagree about, sister? What exactly are you disagreeing?
Please,
Wait, I want to ask you a question. Sorry, before I cut off, because it was wait, hang on.
No.
Can I just say something, please? Can I just say, has this thing, let me talk. You are also part of the problem too. You're not even allowing me to talk.
You're done talking. You're done talking. I just said something and you pick up the mic again and you ask me a question. Allow me to answer your question. Allow me answer your question.
I'm not answering your question because of the way you're behaving. Sorry.
I'm not asking you a question, actually. I never answered your question. I never asked you a question. I only said I disagree with you. Period. You are the one that asked me a question. And I said, let me answer your question. And now you want to make another submission again.
Please, can you just calm down for her, please?
Come on, if you're mixing. See, let me say something. The reason why I disagree with what you just said, we always use this thing. Yes, we know APC is demonic. Pump and play, 100%. We know these people are demonic. We know these people have a very evil agenda against this country, Nigeria. We know that. But my question to each and every one of us is, are we fools? Are we suffering from cerebral palsy? Are we mentally deranged? That's the question to each and every one of us. We always come here and say, oh, APC agenda, APC agenda, APC agenda. Really? Are we suffering from leprosy? Can't we think clearly? Any little thing, APC agenda, we all know these people are demonic. Nobody's doubting that. Nobody is disputing that particular fact. But there are situations where you say it's an individual agenda. It is an individual thing. Let's put it that way. Be you Igbo, be you Hausa, be you Yoruba. This is an individual thing. And it's creating so much problem that we don't want to point hands towards each other. We don't want to point fingers towards each other. No, we want to blame it on a devilish organization. So how long are we continue to blame these people instead of standing in the mirror and looking at your faces and say, this is my problem. This is my sister's problem. Until when are we going to do that? Enough of this APC agenda. Abike is like a mother. This one, that one. Come on now, you guys. Come on, what are we doing? My sister go there beside me. My sister will be beside me saying, oh, Yoruba person did this, Yoruba person did that. My brother will be beside me saying this one, that one, that one. So you will come to spaces and you'll be saying this. Really? Let's point fingers to each and every one of us. Osita, that's what I'm saying. Let's point fingers to each and every one of us.
I said in my formal talk that this is high time we come together here, arguing that this tribe is this tribe is that is not it. The thing is that we that have understand the thing, start educating people who did not understand. Start letting the society know. Start speaking up that this is the things. Let's stop pointing at this person. Pointing at it is just what these people need. Let's start educating people, telling people, forget about all this tribalism. We suffer together. We suffer as one Nigeria. Insecurity kills us as one Nigeria. Kidnapping kills us as one Nigeria. Fuel price hurts us as one Nigeria. Traveling out and having a good personality as a Nigerian is killing us. It's not killing us as Igbo. It's not killing us as Hausa. It's not killing us as Yoruba. This is what I'm here to say. What is all this Igbo, Hausa, all these things? What has it gained us since how many years? It didn't fetch our father and mother anything. We are growing into it, and it's not gaining us anything. The politicians, the Igbo, the Hausa, the Yoruba, in the politician, they sit in one place, they drink, they travel around, they buy private jet, their children marry each other, and we are here pointing at our fellow brothers and sisters. This is what I'm just saying.
And that is what we need to do. Pointing at each and every one of us is what we need to do. The more you say it's APC agenda, I'm so sorry for interjecting, Vesabeg. The more you say it's APC agenda, the more you continue to hide. Those people continue to hide behind APC agenda. Those people continue to hide behind PDP agenda. They continue to hide behind LP agenda. Call their names out. That's the reason why I so much love what Harry is doing. Harry's what's his name? Even Imperfect is doing it. You call their fucking, I'm so sorry for the French word, but call their names. Enough of this organization. Whereas now your brother where they beside you and they do the thing. Your brother that is sitting beside you is the one causing the harm. If you want to teach anybody something, start from the person close to you. That's how we learn.
Right. Thank you. Make not just get everybody involved. Like I said, all these are just distractions. They're just made distractions. When they talk about this whole thing, because if they're trying to bastardize the name of a particular tribe in the country, if they decide to push back to defend themselves, I think nobody should be blamed. Meanwhile, while doing that, also remember that a liter of fuel is like almost 1,000 naira. I saw a picture of one police officer like last week or last 2 weeks in the hospital. I don't know if they're begging for money to treat him or something. I was asking, as big as Nigeria, as rich as we are, we don't even have police hospitals that could take care of their own people, of their own staff, of their own officers. Even if it's one of them doing kidney transplant or liver issues, we have the longest way to go.
My brother Osita, I want to say something.
Okay. People have the I'll come back to you. South Africans are now debating that they even won with their inside Nigeria. They are now claiming victory. Let's put that. In fact,
tomorrow go red. I don't tell you. Now tomorrow.
Check the Jumbotron. They said even fellow South African won in Nigeria.
The bigotry united against Africa tomorrow.
William, go on a beg. After we have gone to metaphor.
And we leave South Africa out of this. We have our country to save.
William,
South Africa
go on now. William, are you there? I beg, metaphor, go on, please. I don't shy. Metaphor, are you there?
How not there now?
How do you do? Happy New Year. Where have you been?
I've just been here. Yeah, I had a long day with my family today.
You guys went hiking as usual.
I'm telling you, we're not hiking. We went to some occasion like that. Been really busy, you know. How on a day? Anyway, allow me to say a little few, bits on this matter in the UK. The Yoruba ethnic group constitute the majority of Nigerians in the UK. And I'm sure I'm not wrong. I've been around and I've seen that there are some other ethnic groups that even constitute the far majority of Nigerians in other countries. So one thing I've noticed is that most of the offenses that Nigerians commit abroad, are offenses that could be traced to the underlying circumstances that forced Nigerians out of Nigeria. And it can also be traced to the impression that Nigerians already have. I'll try to clarify this. Many Nigerians try to get rich very quickly. And it's unfortunate that Nigeria become a society that encourages, get rich quick, schemes. Even our religious centers encourages get rich quick schemes. They don't encourage hard work, and it's unfortunate. So many Nigerians, when they go abroad, they come with the mentality that abroad is where you just get rich like that. And, when they are faced with some harsh realities, they begin to, unfortunately, and I'm not saying all of them, they begin to look for alternative ways to maneuver. And usually the alternative ways is, to engage in, all kinds of criminal activities. So that's the problem. Look at, consider the offense that these 4 men are accused of. Offense relating to trying to get people into the UK, and they are falsifying documents and all that whatnot. So if Nigeria economy was okay, and Nigerians did not have to run out of Nigeria, that kind of business will not even be established in the first place. There are no reasons for Nigerians to sit down and begin to, falsify documents or even conceive of this kind of business. So I hope that we can fix Nigeria so that Nigerians don't have to even go out of Nigeria. More or less, start conceiving of running this kind of business, to enrich themselves. I also hope that Nigeria can get to a place where we can encourage more of hard work and diligence, more of integrity in our hard work than get rich quick. Believe you me, 8 out of Nigerians think that they need to be millionaires and billionaires. 8 out of Nigerians think they need to be rich. They need to make it and be very wealthy. When you come to many of these societies, they don't think like that. They just think that if they need to pay their bills, they need to get a job. And if one job is not enough for them, they need to get an extra job. And most of them will tell you, well, if I get lucky, I win the lottery. They don't sit down every day and begin to concoct how they can become millionaires and billionaires. They don't concoct that. In fact, 95% out of these people out here just believe in work to pay their bills, and they don't even conceive of this. But most Nigerians come out and think that they must be millionaires. And you see, these are the kind of this is the environment that most of us grew up in, And in fact, our leaders have made us believe that we need to be rich. There's this broken mentality in Nigerians that, that everybody needs to be a millionaire. Everybody needs to be a billionaire. Yeah. And that's what's driven them out to all kinds of criminal activities in these foreign countries. So I'm not particularly surprised because while I was back in the UK, we had seen, a few instances where our folks were arrested for handling, all kinds of falsified IDs and so on and so forth. And when you and I'm going to try to explain again that when you catch these people, you find that most of them are illegal immigrants, and they're walking around with falsified IDs just to be able to survive through that system. Yeah. So they could be able to, for instance, go to the post office and do what other normal people would do. That's people that already have the correct IDs. Be able to either rent an apartment or even open a bank account so that they can, be able to try to live that life that, documented residents are living. So the truth here is that if Nigeria was not in the mess that it is, we wouldn't even have Nigerians wanting to go out, talk less of them, trying to survive through all of these illegal means in foreign countries. So that's the real issue here. That's why people like us, did what we could do to try to fix Nigeria. Because if Nigeria is fixed, we wouldn't even get to this place where we can, we'll be engaged in all these kind of illegal activities in these foreign countries. Okay, so let me just end by saying this. Some of the most grievous offenses that I noticed in the UK, and you can check, don't take my word for it. Some of the most grievous offenses I've seen in the UK were not even committed by Nigerians. Okay, like one of the largest bank fraud that we saw in the UK, many years ago, was actually committed by a pack of Indian folks. And there was even another fraud. I think I can't remember. I think it was also came to about some billions that was committed by a Ghanaian. Okay, and he had to return back to Ghana, because he was going to be prosecuted. I'm not saying this to, defend Nigerians. No. What I'm saying here is that the atrocities that Nigerians commit all over the world is an indication of a broken Nigeria. We were raised to believe that we all need to be millionaires. Very bad mentality. We were raised to believe that even in our religious centers, they make us believe that, we all need to be rich. They don't encourage hard work, integrity, and any of these sorts that many of these societies that we go to just encourage. It's basic. Yeah, so every Nigerian that comes out now, I just wants to be rich. In fact, some of them, many people that want to leave Nigeria right now because they actually think they're going to be rich. When they come out here, they're going to be millionaires.
Escaping, not living, escaping.
Escaping, exactly. So they think that when they come out here, they're going to be millionaires. And then when they get here, they are shocked. Someone like me that, in fact, the bills, I even tell some of my folks back in Nigeria, if I calculate all the bills I'm paying monthly here, yeah, some of that I go get heart attack. So bills I have to pay monthly, and that's some people's bills in 5 years in Nigeria, just for 1 month. And when they get out here, they realize that it is not a get rich quick idea here. It is hard work. Anyway, so that's the real issue. They come out with the mentality and then when they get out here, they find out that, oh my goodness, they were wrong. They begin to look for illegal ways to get rich. I hope we can fix Nigeria, because all of these things, they are all in our society. That mentality that we have in us, the very wrong mentality, and we bring it out here. And in my opinion, that's why many Nigerians engage in these things. But if Nigeria was a society that encouraged hard work, basic, go and work and make your money, when we come out here, we will do the same thing out here. Okay. I just wanted to say that, so to clarify that. But unfortunately, Yorubas constitute the majority of Nigerians in the UK, and then you find that most of the crimes that are committed in the UK are actually Yorubas, because they constitute the majority of Nigerians in the UK. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say there. Thank you.
Hey, Meta, repeat that thing again. Repeat. Come again.
I beg.
Come again. No.
Stop.
Rewind. Meta, you said something very important. I missed it. I wasn't listening properly towards the end of your submission.
Okay, I said Yorubas constitute the majority of Nigerians in the UK.
Obia, thank you. Next, who's going next?
On that note, look, there are some Yorubas from Benin Republic, some in Togo. So please, I'm sure they are not my Yoruba brothers from Nigeria. So Jimmy and Metaphor, I don't know what you guys are talking about. So please. I beg you, don't put me for Wahala. Anyway, Jimmy, want to say one or two things before I just call it today, please. I have to serve mass today. I got like 2 months, so I won't serve tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I heard what Osita said. That was a beautiful submission. I mean, and the other lady that spoke, which is what we should be looking at, how to solve this problem. I'm up for it. Solution on how to go about it. I'm totally up for it. But what I stand for right now is the fact that let it be on record. Let it be on record that the Yorubas started this. And it's not going well. So whatever comes out of it, they call for it. So moving forward, I think these things actually has to happen for people to know. It will be used as a reference, and next time before people go into it, they would tread very carefully. At this point in time, it's a situation whereby it's been compiling for a very long time. Now it just blows out. It blows out, and now you cannot control it. I'm not in a position to start telling people to calm down. That's the honest truth. You see, when there is hurt, I think naturally you should just let it heal a natural heal. If you're forcing it, it's going to be a lot of resentment, and it will lead to something else. So I think whatever it is going on right now, let people have their feel. If they decide that they are done, they are okay, they're satisfied, that's fine. I'm up for solution on how to move forward, but in moving forward, we need to let people know you caused this. They apologize. We apologize. Whichever way, before we can move forward, there's not going to be any moving forward. It's easier said than done. There's not going to be any moving forward. There should be a situation whereby we know some people did something wrong and they accepted they did something wrong, and they be like, you know what, let's move forward. Otherwise, all these things we're doing now, that let's just look for a solution, we're sweeping it under the carpet, and it will keep piling up again. I suggest to just let it happen naturally. It will get exhausted at the point in time, and that way people have actually had their say. Other than that, I'm a Yoruba person. I love my tribe, in as much as a lot of people come up with different narratives of Yoruba killing people with heads and all that. I know it's just a very little fraction of Yoruba, but sadly, that's the fact. But when we get to that line of bragging about the establishment and what we've done as Yoruba people, as a tribe, then we'll see what's gonna happen. But for now, I think it's just a repercussion of what has been done to the Igbo for a very long Igbos for the very long time, and they're pushing back now. So I'm not in any position of telling anybody to calm down right now. But if I see anyone going at my tribe unnecessarily, I will push back. That's just what it is. But I've not seen any, regardless. Any tweet I see, it's always a retaliation to another tweet. And I always tell people, let us focus on using most people, most Yoruba people, most Igbo people, or few Yoruba people, let's not generalize, right? And the earlier the better we start focusing on how to reduce how we present ourselves out there. We can two can play that game. That's in regards to the video imperfect put on the jumbotron. A Yoruba lady coincidentally happens to be Yoruba, so let's call it for what it is. Goes on the South African space to tell the people of South Africa that they should do whatever it takes for them to protect their country. It's the evil people that goes there to spoil their country. Nuisances in Nigeria as well. That doesn't make any sense. Igbos too can do that, go to the space and start showing them, videos and pictures of Yoruba with head. So at the end of the day, you're going after people that have nothing to lose. You bullied them, you've suppressed them, you've said everything about them. They've got nothing to lose. So, but we can always preach unity. When that time reaches, I'm up for it. Thank you so much, Imperfect. Always nice having myself on your space all the
Thank
time.
you so much, boss. Thank you so
God
much.
bless you.
Bless you too. Thanks so much for passing by. Okay, Metaphor, thank you so much, everybody. Be okay. Thank you so much. Let's call it today. The catechist